Is that Custard because it looks like Custard? I don't think it's Custard. Browse.
I wonder if anyone can remember how to drive the captain's mode. You're not wrong, mate.
I mean, I legitimately forgot it was Captain's mode again until like just this second. There's some tricks to CM drafting I've learned from the pro scene. Is it pick Quop and Weaver and Kunker and play them wherever the fuck you want?
Just pick Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker getting through?
I mean, I think you can ban all the good shit. If you ban Quop, Weaver, Kunker, some like Bane maybe, Barrow, all these things might be good.
Tinker. Thinking all that broken and pressing.
Not sure you need to first ban Tinker, first phase ban Tinker.
Oh, that's fair.
But that I mean, that does remain to be seen what these teams are going to be doing if we have some little downtime while they try and get restarted again. So this is like, yeah, Custard, James, Semmel, Fix, and Sam. So I would guess it's going to be like James, well, Sam 1, Semmel 2, James 3, Custard 4, Fix 5, I would assume. And then for team diversity quota, I'm not sure what they plan to do with Chris on the team, if they plan to change anything up for game 1. But with Mike on the team, I think their roles are supposed to be Daggie 1, Ruby 2, Tom 3, Melody 4, and Mike 5. So if they play Chris 3 or if they play Chris 5 this game, who knows what's going to happen.
I assume they're playing Chris 3. Not full.
It depends
on
what they want to do, right, and what they've like workshopped beforehand, because I know Tom exists, and what they've kind of planned out. Mike is in Dota. Hang on. So Mike has just loaded Dota at the 58th hour. The flip side is Chris loved Doom and Doom loves Dota at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that Chris will play 3.
Yay, I don't have to play. I'm saved by Chris, followed up by Custard, saying, so is our draft prep.
Imagine prepping, comes the response from Melody. I mean, really, it's the all chat that we're knowing and loving in this particular one. Oh, we are so late. Please.
Why prep?
Oh, never mind.
Bara. Yep. No, not. Oh, boo.
It's like a Dota Plus related error, so he's literally can't pay to win. All right, I think we're going again. Let's see what we can get wrong this time.
The heroes in this draft are Abaddon, Alchemist, Axe, Beastmaster.
Okay, second pick on diversity quota, Radiant not firing it. We've got a draft! We did it! We got a draft! Just bottomed out my microphone there. Okay, hello, chat. Welcome to the newly rescheduled Dota match that starts at 7:30 on this fine time zone that I find myself in. So yeah, this is going to be the 5 Angry Men, otherwise known as Custard team, versus the Diversity Quota, otherwise known as Melody team. So yeah, this is the battle for the fuck the patriarchy system, I think. That's how that works. We start off with the first ban, Winter Wyvern, which is interesting against the team, I think. Considering like what I know, what I think this team is planning to do is play Tom 3, so unless they're super scared of that offlane Winter Wyvern, maybe it might be a little bit different. Elder Titan also banned out, which makes sense against the Fix hero pool.
And specifically, it might bait 5 Angry Men into banning Wolfling early.
Could do, yeah. I mean, Ruby is going to be, I think, we think, again, nothing's really been proven yet because they haven't, it's the first game of this season. Well, it's not the first game because the other one started ages ago, probably. But Ruby able to play that Morphling potentially mid, but other agility hard carries might be affected by that Elder Titan for sure. Yeah, like I said, what I think is happening in this team is Daggie 1, Ruby 2, and then Tom 3, but with Chris being subbed in, who knows what they're going to change. Might be assuming Tom 5 with Chris though. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's kind of what I was getting at. Spirit Breaker banned out.
Did Spirit Breaker make it? No, he did not.
No, I think Spirit Breaker is widely regarded as like the lower tier Dota most broken hero. I think at the higher echelons, like they're much more worried about things like Quap and Weaver and all this kind of garbage. But Spirit Breaker is in the 3 position especially incredibly versatile. It gets played mid quite a bit. So yeah, like Aiden is saying in the chat with the big Monk S, they do have first pick, so they clearly don't fancy it in their draft prep necessarily. So we'll see what actually happens. So yeah, captain's mode's all weird. We have to remember how that works. So it's a first pick followed by the 2 picks for Dire, and then second phase flips that round. So it's going to be Dire, Radiant, Radiant, Dire to round off that. But yeah, Custard was alluding to an amount of draft prep, so we'll see what kind of things they're working with here.
If the draft prep is just spending your first 30 seconds of overtime on your first pick, well, no, that seems like they're going strong.
They need to work out what's in the pool. They have to work out what's good, what they can't beat, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
it's a really big captain's draft pool. I mean, they have to take some time.
End up going with Witch Doctor.
Yeah, using that overtime to pick Fix Witch Doctor isn't the biggest surprise in the world, I think, for me.
I'm going to assume they're going to be talking about that last pick that they're trying to set up with the Witch Doctor, like the
possibly
last pick in this phase.
End of phase 1 pick, yeah. They have to start running down the time so it randoms, absolutely. Custard team going to random out. Okay, 1 seems pretty good to me. So yeah, I think
it's a new season.
Yeah, Diversity Quota also having some time to think here. So I wonder what you crack back with at this point. And again, I wonder what they're doing with Chris in the pool. I know he's been liking some of these 33 heroes. OD seems like a strong one. Again, could easily be a 3 hero, could be a mid hero, depending on what they want to do here. They can also, depending how good the game goes,
or a Tom hero as well.
Yep. I think has a lot of flex. I've played this as a 4, not in recent memory, but I think it's reasonable enough if you end up with a kind of odd draft and you want something better in the 3 role, the 2 role, that you can shove this to a support and not be unhappy. You're not going to have the quick meter hammer timing, but you're going to have a lot to love.
The issue with putting the OD to 4 is that's presumably Mel playing the 4, and I don't know Mel as an OD player.
Well, if you play enough Rubik, right, which Mel does a lot of, you have to be at least comfortable stealing and using Astral Imprisonment, because that's all Rubik gets for the entire game if he plays against OD. But yeah, it's a fair point, but especially what you end up then building, because OD is not the strongest team fight ult without being able to set up Ags, Astral, that kind of thing. It's good, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to have the levels to do a lot of stuff. You are just going to be annoying with the Astral in most cases, maybe act like a save support in that situation. They do end up with the Ogre Magi as well, which is something that I know Tom loves playing recently. Big brawly lad, going 1v2 some strength heroes. I saw some doing some earlier. So yeah, I mean, this doesn't shine any light on which of the Tom Chris duo is playing 3 or 5, because I think they could both do this happily. Second set of bans coming through now as well. Monkey King and TA both being taken out, targeting Ruby here a little bit, I would assume. Although Monkey, I don't know much of Daggie's hero pool, but what is top of my list for them is the Ricky, the Naga Siren. These things I've been seeing a lot in the pubs as they go fly by.
I've seen them play Luna.
Luna also, it's pretty good right now, I think.
Also, we're not talking about it, but there's a Semmel Void Spirit.
There is, yeah. Semmel Void Spirit is one of those player-hero combinations that's been really terrifying. I mean, I think I can't remember what he got to in the last time he played 3 games in a row and ended up with a combined score of 40 something, not very many deaths and a lot of assists. So it's definitely a scary continuation to the purple draft that 5 Angry Men are continuing here. TA and Ember Spirit banned out as well.
Could be a Sam Void Spirit if they want a different mid hero. That is true.
It is interesting as well to me that they've decided to ban out Quop as well.
Honestly,
Maybe
I'm
they
really
think
impressed.
that Sam will be happy enough playing either the one Void Spirit or would pick up this one Quop idea that's been flying around the pro scene. The Ursa as well is a Sam comfort hero for sure. So yeah.
You say the one Quop that's been floating around the pro scene, like Sam doesn't play one Quop before it was pulled.
That's very true, but like I'm feeling that Sam's more likely to go give me Ursa or give me Void Spirit, not like in a give me death situation. But they are definitely banning out some of these like more irritating Sam comfort heroes. But interestingly, no Jug, which is something noteworthy, I would say. Because I was feeling that they were going to ban out this lifestealer for an easy escape from the hammer combo, but Jug is not only a master tier hero for Sam, but also very capable of doing that himself. Unless they want to pick up the Jug here, which they elect not to do, they do take away a critical purple hero from 5 Angry Men's draft, although it would probably clash with the Witch Doctor just a little bit. Ogre and Bane in the same draft, though, is a little weird.
This is a Mel Ogre.
Mel
I'm
Ogre?
fairly sure.
Okay.
And then Tom Bane.
We've seen a bit of like people like Tofu playing the 4 Bane recently. So I think it's probably better to have that hero, but maybe with the OD you can cover a little bit of that range melee discrepancy that we normally see. DQ a very single target, no wave clear, no multi-target lockdown. Very true. Earth Spirit the pickup for
There's the Custard hero.
Okay. I mean, very nice cancel for Fiend's Grip. Very tanky hero, rotates all around the map. Yeah, it doesn't cancel the hammer combo, I guess, but if you can wind up a roll on that time, might be interesting. Diversity Quota PogChamp comes from Mike in the chat. Hello, Mike. How's it going? A lot of save if done well, absolutely. Nightmare saves plus OD saves.
Just need a Winter Wyvern now. Oh wait, that's banned.
Yep.
Ogre Magi saves with the 5-man hex.
Nathan is very correct. Assuming that they already have their 3, it's going to be difficult to want to put heroes in front of towers to defend them. Not that 5 Angry Men have like the greatest pushing lineup just yet, but Ruby and presumably Daggie are going to need to have some great wave clear in their kits.
This actually doesn't matter.
To push out those waves. And the OD can do it with hammer, but like you don't really want to hammer an incoming creep wave, right? You want to be aggressive with that a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Could be going slightly better. Yeah, fair enough. Are you going to be around for game 2, do you reckon? Or what's the current status of the hamster PC? 5 AM should just pick Beastmaster, James can play it. How about Mars? Mars seems good. Good wave clear, good team fight setup. Tanky boy. Does get crapped on by Sanity's Eclipse though. So BKB is going to be quite important in this game. There's Ricky.
There's the Daggie Ricky. Again, another purple hero stolen.
Another purple hero, but also not the greatest wave clear hero, because tends not to build Battle Fury anymore with the change to the Aghanim Scepter, right? So you're going to have this Diffusal Blade Ricky, this OD with Hammer, and like your Ogre like igniting the wave of Bane, like maybe doesn't have to buy Shard necessarily, but having to put themselves in a lot of danger to clear waves. Steam is a mysterious black box, yeah. Well, we can but hope. You can blame it all on Chris if it all goes wrong, so all good.
I have heard Waga talk about Maelstrom Ricky. I wonder if that's something that's even on the mind of Diversity Quota.
I feel like I saw it in a game the other day, right? Was it on one of the Div 2 teams or?
I wouldn't know. I just know that Waga likes it.
Okay.
As it deals full damage in tricks.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Would offer some amount of wave clear here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against like the Fury Ricky considering the wave clear situation, but I'm just assuming that they're not going to branch out enough into different builds, considering just how much Dota they've played, let alone carry they've played. 3 meme hammer builders if they need wave clear. Classic Sabata commentary from the chat.
Comment. Chris helping to tick the previously empty wanker box on Diversity.
I'm not sure that box was empty. Smile? No, that's toxic. I'm not toxic. We'll believe.
I can ban no toxicity.
Can you multicast Meteor Hammer? Let's do it. You can't, obviously, but like I'd love to just like chuck out 2 more random Meteor Hammers across the place.
No, so, you multicast it. It interrupts your channeling twice.
You just channel. Maybe it does. It's just super invisible. It's like Quelling Blade. Like it doesn't multicast, but it says it does. Okay, so last round of bans: Viper, Morphling, PA, and Wraith King. All strong, carry-ish mid or like potential mid for Viper as well. Definitely targeting a lot of this Ruby hero pool in the second and third phases, and then just getting out some of these good hero matchups from from Sam. Diversity Quota are going to get themselves set up with last pick mid, I would assume, is what's happening here, as my cat wants to come cast.
Ruby plays mid Ricky.
Could also be switching in the OD here, because I wouldn't be against the current team. Like, if Ruby feels happy in the OD versus Void matchup, I wouldn't feel unhappy like getting something like an Underlord, getting something like just to soak up these waves, because like Nathan has been saying, I really think that they're going to struggle with wave clear unless they do something interesting with their items, like you're saying, the Maelstrom Ricky, maybe even the Battle Fury Ricky, or like putting their OD in places where he doesn't really want to be. They pick up a Night Stalker.
Pos 1 Night Stalker.
Yep. We've seen this again, like, speaking of things that Sam has been doing for ages at the pro scene and now just picking up, this Pos 1 Night Stalker is a thing. I haven't seen it be good ever, but I mean, if there's someone who can make it look good, I think it's Sam. Looks quite good against the Ricky as well. You can just go sit on top of him and beat him to death with the silence on him. What's that silence even called?
Crippling
Fear? Crippling Chill? Crippling something?
It's Crippling Fear.
Crippling Chill might be a magic card. Creeping Chill. I don't know. One of those things. So, Night Stalker Silence. Deucer for Dire now? I don't know. I think in a vacuum, like, what I just don't think they want their carry here. If they're playing mid Ricky, then they might want to pick up like Naga Siren or something. But again, against the Mars, the possible Ags Night Stalker and Earth Spirit might be a bit difficult.
I like the idea of a Naga in theory. You're gonna lack damage. Not a Naga, sorry, a Deucer.
A Crippling Fear is a magic card. Nailed it.
We've had green heroes, we have had a blue hero and 2 purple heroes. So naturally, you take another green hero, there's a Necrophos.
Okay, Necrophos is good. I think this is going to be the 3 Necrophos, right? And they're just going to play... Oh no, it's mid Necro.
No, it's a mid Necro. What?
And... Okay, yeah, it looks like Chris is going to be playing the 3 OD here.
I had the chat open, and right above Necrophos for me is Semmel with a fucking puck emoji, but the puck emoji just phased out, so I thought that was a Semmel Necrophos. I was like, wait, did I read the team swap?
Semmel, not even just lane swap, but team swap. Necro stomps the Void Spirit matchup. I still don't like it. Too many silences, etc. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Necro to go Shroud off. It's going to have to deal with, as you say, the double Resonant Pulse, the Night Stalker, and the Geogrip all coming through. And then, I don't know. I have reservations about this matchup. Necro does give them more wave clear. That's pretty easy and kind of safe.
It gives you a very easy target to roll on because Necrophos is relatively slow, and then you get kicked into a Night Stalker away from your team. The roll is going to be a problem.
I think Custard is going to have a very high impact on... Sorry, let's say a high impact on the game, not necessarily a very high game impact, but it is going to decide his lane and then one additional lane. I think that tends to be what Earth Spirit does thematically in a game like this. And Necrophos is a very jumpable, gankable mid hero because he's just super slow without like the Travs or Phase build up. Sometimes even Treads we see a lot. So if he gets rolled on early by an Earth Spirit, gets kicked into Void Spirit spells, it's going to be really difficult for him to escape. Dire just looks so incredibly static. Yeah, I mean, I think my problem with them is the like safe wave clear. What is this going? God, can't type, please. This keeps changing everything though. Okay, I'm gonna go check my hotkeys. Just this one.
Feeling good, man.
Am I just in someone's play
Honestly,
perspective?
I'm really impressed.
This is super annoying. It's not letting me use my...
I like your moves. I like your style.
This is curious.
Well, chat. Well, Jack is trying to fix his hotkeys. It appears we might have some aggressive early fighting from 5 Angry Men. As
like
they are rolling on top of the OD.
Yes,
everything, including the kitchen, gets thrown at him, and yeah, Chris just goes down. And first blood goes to James. This Mars.
Absolutely, and this death actually doesn't matter coming through from Chris.
This death actually doesn't.
Picking up Nightmare, but still gets caught.
Yep,
if there's a coconut, there's no coconut, probably not in range.
This is super odd.
And Dyer didn't answer, so they're going to get 4 bounties and a first blood.
Yeah, it's really dicey for Dyer here now.
Such a limited.
As you say, the 4th bounty run going over there. Custard showing off some incredible roll skills coming through from the chat.
Like us.
Stick a bone in it. You're done.
I have no idea what's going on with my settings here. But we're just going to roll with it, much like Custard is doing. So, apologies for camera work, it's going to be dicey.
Is trying to go with early Nightmare. Gets gone on by the 2 of them and takes like 80% of their health.
Has a salve, but that not going the way of Daggie might be a bit dangerous.
The fact that he has Nightmare, it didn't save his butt. But now he doesn't have Brain Sap to trade and get his health back up in another way.
At least not until level 2. We've seen this early Nightmare build coming through from a lot of higher level Bane players as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. Custard goes for the insta unblock, hits another roll onto Tom, gets Nightmare again. Tom now with 0 mana to play with for the rest of the lane. It's gonna need some.
I don't mind level 1 Nightmare. I love maxing Nightmare. But I don't mind level 1 Nightmare as long as it doesn't mean you cannot trade.
Yeah.
And I think in this situation,
rolled on
it
up
does
top,
mean
gets speared back as well. Try and find
nice
spell.
body blocks.
Can't find it. There's a salve in the lane as well. Tom didn't salve up immediately on himself, so has that to leave behind. Necro doing pretty well in mid against the Void Spirit as the wave comes in. Gets taunted up though. Pretty aggressive positioning. I can't remember the second ban, but Elder Titan was definitely
it was ETSK. Yes.
It was the SK.
I don't know why the SK has been was banned so early instead of Void Spirit, but it has happened, and now we will feel the consequences of rather diversity quota will.
So Daggie with lots of denies in this lane. Again, like James is not last taking particularly well. He has this not particularly well either, rather. He has this early first blood money. So has the Ring of Health already, so it's really difficult for the Ricky to do anything. I think the same could be true of Custard as well. He does want his level 2 pretty early, I would say. Trading pretty well, but Tom is now level 2 with the Brain Sap, but again has no mana. So he's going to get clicked on by this Nightmare. Again, they're both burly heroes with some general regen coming through as well. So Night Stalker going low in the bot lane, but not a lot is happening. I would say nothing much is going to happen in this lane until the Meteor Hammer comes out from Chris, but there's going to be an easy cancel with the Paralyzing Cask from Witch Doctor anyway, unless it's him who gets comboed.
And then you have a cancel with the Void.
Yeah, indeed. Another D-Ward going out as well. Does Void... It's still mini-stuns at night, daytime now, right?
Yes, it does.
There's the damage they flip back, right?
Yeah.
So as expected, Necro doing pretty well against the Void in mid, and shutting down Semmel is going to be important. Another roll hit by Custard in the top lane onto the Bane. James walking over for this attempted kill. Custard has no spells again. Long range spear is not going to connect. Custard chasing pretty deep for this one. It's going to see the rest of this camp that's been stacked once, I think. Yeah.
Custard salving up, but he was under the effect of the hill. Oh no, he gets hit again. That's 35% less healing on the salve.
So his salve gets him barely past half health. Like, it's dangerous. Tom body blocking that camp yet again, it looks like. I don't have camps on.
Custard still has his sentry ward in it. So both heroes body block it while there was a ward body blocking it anyway. So very interesting. Meanwhile, mid lane, Ruby is getting the better out of that lane. But I think that's to be expected.
Trying to work out if I restarted after like Aghanim's Labyrinth or something, if that's what's broken everything. Normally is to blame, but we'll fix it later. Oh, in the bot lane.
Meanwhile, we missed Second Blood.
Second Blood. Yeah, Melody goes down in the bot lane. Fix with the level 2 Coconut, or level 2 Maledicts rather. Level 3 Spike. Chris is going to get a big wave under tower though, so we'll see if this gets him anywhere close to his hammer. He's got the Ring of Health. And he's pretty close to the side shop, obviously, in this thing. Not getting very many of these creeps. There it is, starting to get some more up top now. Custard gets another hit up in the top lane. But Tom is now level 3. I don't think he's got level 2 Nightmare actually, so it's just a brain sap. Kicks him back towards the wave.
This is an extreme version of maxing Nightmare. Maybe it's because he just doesn't believe he can ever effectively trade with a... I don't know if that's true. But Nightmare is really nice.
The damage on Nightmare since they added that, like Bane has been a real force, right? It's been quite scary to play against all the time. As a 4 player who like wants to play a lane, I feel like I never get to with Ogre, Disruptor, Bane in the meta. It's really upsetting.
Yeah.
Tanking tower up here, we're going to see a scythe coming out from Ruby in mid. Not quite. It felt like it was on the cards, but doesn't quite get there. Regen running really low in the top lane now, as both Bane and Ricky are completely out of regen. And the Pirate King is still sitting pretty with his Ring of Health.
Custard rotated mid, got his mid laner's bottom
body
refill.
blocks, kick back as well. Ruby's in a
Might
very odd
lit.
location,
Oh,
gets a
tanks the
trigger up on
tower
the
shot.
He's going to be able to heal once. Big step comes out. Ruby going pretty low. Melody coming over to try and do something, but they are going to be able to connect onto Ruby by the time that Melody makes it over. Up at the top lane,
nice
Pirate
rotation
King does
for
go down
Custard.
as well.
Okay.
Across
Just get
the
punished.
board. So, like, yeah, Custard leaving that lane is problematic for James, but again, he's been doing pretty well so far in the last hit department, and Ricky's going to get some time to catch up now, it feels like. It is nighttime now as well, so Odie being left bottom is not in the happiest situation. Again, no hammer just yet, but the Voidstone will help with the mana problems there as well.
I mean, most of his mana problems will get fixed by Essence Flux, hopefully.
Yeah.
Although he is about to die,
Cast,
maybe.
Yeah, cast plus
Yeah,
the Maledict coming
that's
through.
fair.
I don't know what he was going for. He was setting up some kind of like Arcane Orb play, but just dies for it. So I'm wondering what he was setting up there.
This death actually doesn't matter.
This death actually doesn't matter, apparently. But yeah, Custard already doing exactly what I think the plan A of the Earth Spirit is. You do well in your lane. You pressure the enemy carry. Daggie walking up real far here, just gets speared to a tower and is gonna die for it.
That's earn charges.
Yeah, earn charges for Custard. Everyone's happy. In mid, we see Ruby walking up again, but kind of not catching on. There's an Astral Step that goes out as well. Here's the Semmel coming
Mana gets the thing off, the
through.
Ghost Shroud.
Ghost Shroud does go off. I thought it was going to be a bit early with the damage coming through from Ethereum, but it is only level 1. 2 TPs from 2 supports coming in. There's a Scythe, and that's 43
Who
seconds
needs-
dead.
Who
In the
needs
bot lane as
support?
well, Chris, I think this is not even Meteor Hammer timing, this is just Sanity's Eclipse, and Kira does go down, Sam does go down on the Night Stalker. That's really strong as well. Killing a Night Stalker at nighttime is like really good for you. He didn't take a point in his ult, so he's just like, I mean, it's not level 6, so that's probably fair enough. And Pirate King goes down the top lane as well, as my keybinds don't work, so I can't get anything. Custard trying to find the haste rune might be in some danger now as he tries to get towards Ruby. He's going to have to make sure the roll isn't blocked by Ruby here now too. Is a Ghost Shroud coming off? They're going to be able to get the direction. It was to the bottom right, but it's going to be enough with Ruby just taking care of things with the Death Pulse. And now mid lane is in some danger with Semmel still dead for another 2 seconds, by the way. Just come up now. There's a lot of damage into that tower. Sad Spirit is about right, yeah. Astral Steps from the base, making sure he gets all of this bonus mana regen back, but still having some fun in the bot lane. There's stuff going on. Looks like Chris is dead to the Arena of Blood. Rotation from Pirate King. Melody's not going to be able to get down here in time. Custard did TP as well.
You're done.
This death actually doesn't
So yeah,
matter.
Arena committed, I think, and then not a lot else able to happen. So Semmel is about like nearly a level and a half down now from the time spent dead in that scythe, which is understandable, but not having the best time of him for him.
Also, is 1,000 gold behind.
Yep, indeed. Solo kills are not kind. Daggie having some trouble farming up as James with that rotation as well is now the richest member of his team. Chris doing okay, going to have his Meteor Hammer Spike coming through soon. Sam has also rotated up to the top lane to try and farm up here, so a lot of lane shenanigans happening as Daggie is disconnected. Oh, we're a tournament game now, so we get insta-pause. Pog.
I could do this for
Look at, why do tournament games get insta-pause? What is this favoritism?
I'm going to try and just restart while this is paused, I think.
That is fair.
Bone in it. You're
So, is there anything interesting to say for now? Daggie went for the Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah, it was Colin-Bade Orb of Corrosion at the start there.
And has Threads. I would not have liked to see that. I would have liked to see Daggie skip the Orb, because the Orb is really an item to win your lane more, or like, it's an item that says, I want to be in this lane, I want to fight for it, and you're going to leave it.
Yeah, I mean,
meanwhile,
you always
Daggie has been sitting in the tower being sad.
Yeah, you always see, like, I mean, it's a nice little armor corruption item, as we see a lot. As I don't seem to be... I think I just broke all my settings, actually. I don't know what's going on here. I had to reinstall some stuff with the casting thing, so I think I just broke everything trying to fix the zoom in, but that's also only slightly working. This is... Maybe it's just because it's paused. We'll find out.
No. No. What? No.
I do have to give shout out to Team Diversity Quota for not diversifying their slot for their boot at all. Actually, never mind. That's just a glitch in the inventory thing from the graph. I am talking shit. This is not new, but it is what it is.
This is just not even bound.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. That is what you sound like.
Just panel. Yeah, break something.
Oh, back in again.
This is just literally not working. Missing. Let's just not hold this anymore or something. Now I've just managed to break this too.
Well, well, nothing's really been happening. Ruby's bombed some stacks. Now level 9, which is way above level 8.
Up in top lane, seeing Daggie had gone on by the Maledict plus the Death Ward plus the Dark Ascension being used. Gonna grab a killing spree up over on Fix. As we try and fix any of our key bindings ever in the bot lane as well. I'm missing everything because I can't use my... I keep pressing the hero buttons and it's not working, obviously. So nice cheer grip out onto the two heroes. Gonna miss the roll and get away. Pirate King misses the spear as well. Another TP coming in from Fix who's used the Death Ward top, but is not gonna have anything left in the tank for this. Potential Maledict coming through.
And Maledicts. And with that connection, that's a dead Mel.
Yeah, dead Mel for sure. Let's see what happens from Ruby as there's the 5th hero coming down here. James not quite going to die because of the raindrop as well. Does kill actually now, so it has the infinite stacks of Heartstopper regen, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough here, as there are literal 5 heroes chasing. Chris is maybe going to be able to catch a Banish. He's going to hit it as well. Sam, I don't think...
Now Custard rolls in.
Yeah, like, this is really awkward timing. Really nice stay from Ruby here, actually, all said and done. But there were some spells, certainly, that could have been casted more optimally, I think, in that situation. And Tom, meanwhile, like, he's just able to chaperone this this catapult into mid lane and probably get the entire tower, and Daggie's free top. I wouldn't say free farming, necessarily, because the net worth is not super high right now. But, definitely not being pressured by the 5-hero rotation from the Radiant into the bot lane. And looks like this tower is going to get pressured by the Meteor Hammer as well. So, like, kind of catastrophic there for the team that was doing pretty okay in terms of kills they were able to grab and rotations they were able to make. And now it's daytime. There's no Dark Ascension. It's going to be a rough next minute for, I think, the Radiant team. Semmel goes top to try and deal. Mid tower was, I don't know if it was denied in the end. Nope, it's just taken away.
Give a quick shout out to Tom. Just nightmares the James as he TPs in and just casually tanks tower to last hit.
Objective gaming is very important.
Yeah.
Curse of the DD rune now is going to add his 90 damage to, what's this? It's like 16% mana pool to damage, so
Top lane,
more than
Daggie.
that. Yep. Daggie's gonna, looks like gonna go down here.
Daggie's disconnected, I
I
think.
think it looks like that's the case, yeah. Gonna get kept alive by all the rest of them. The saves coming through, they're actually keeping their disconnected carry alive? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here with the rest, but it looks like Daggie's gonna actually be completely fine, although doing nothing in the back of the fight. Custard goes down. I cannot believe they kept the Ricky alive with the, it looked like a mech there.
There's a mech from the Necro, a bubble, just a grip, some more stuns. Daggie wins a fight. By doing absolutely nothing.
What?
Stupid. Brave, but stupid. Stupid. Brave, but stupid.
This game is plagued by technical issues apparently today.
That's not the kind of diversity we were looking for.
Diversity and like internet connection or what? So what's going on here? Sam's looking for the Echo Saber on this Night Stalker. Not farming up too well, and again this second nighttime, or second, the first nighttime is didn't go so well. Second nighttime is upcoming in a few minutes. He's gonna have the Echo and nothing much else, but he's gonna struggle to catch up in farm. I didn't see what the Ricky was actually building. I assumed a diff blade. Yeah.
Yeah, it was building diff. Had one blade. Had the rest queued up.
Your future is grim.
I'm actually not sure at what's, considering it auto pauses on DC. I'm not sure if the speed of an enemy pause is like the 3, 2, 1 countdown, or if it's just instant. Because I'm pretty sure it's just instant, right? Like from pro matches and stuff.
I think so, yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable saying. Semmel is getting run at by the Ogre Magi as well in his own triangle, so not feeling super strong here. Tom is just nightmaring the Mars off the tower again. Feels like anywhere, anytime James is in the mid lane, he's in a nightmare. Having a nice one.
Ruby now has the full green.
Ruby is very far up at this tower with the heroes TPing in. There's long TPs, as we can see. Dark Ascension is popped as well, so we've got another cursory nighttime. Mars Arena still on the horizon. Looks like Mel's going to go down. 5 heroes in this top lane. Ruby's looking for another classic 1v5 turn, but I don't think it's going to happen this time. There's been... Oh, what happened there? Okay, he just died to the rest of the spells. Looks like Shame's going to die here as well, and the Nightmare is so MVP here. Look at how asleep Sam is! And looks like Fix is not going to be able to do anything else. He's just going to get Death Pulse to death as soon as that's up again. Ruby with a double kill now. 3 for 1 currently. They killed Ruby, and Daggie's down in the bot lane, just chilling.
Tom was looking for a nightmare there.
Tom,
those nightmares. This is showing why Max Nightmare First is good.
Yeah, I mean he's not even max brain sap here. Like Sam just sat in a nightmare for that entire fight, the full 7-second duration, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was able to get out obviously because they're killing everyone else, but yeah, it's pretty terrifying. Another nightmare set up here, and with the grip as well.
Again.
He can go for the grip here. It's probably going to get cancelled by Semmel, but I think he can just go for it here. Does he even need it? Yeah, he just goes for it. And Ruby's going to fly on in, grab another 7 stacks of regen, and just on over. And they're going to get the...
And there's another setup.
Oh, it's not quite perfect.
Quite
it's
perfect.
really difficult to get... Oh,
Ricky disconnected again.
Oops. You didn't see that one.
What?
I mean, they're out of pause time. Tell that to the lobby settings. Like, it just gets paused when a player disconnects on the ticket. That's how things work.
Can you unpause it? And maybe we're going to see a different sub in game 2. If Ivan knows this painful. Meanwhile, this Mars, the Semmel lives barely, thanks to an ignite.
Yeah, it was like, I think Chris was just a little bit off on that meter hammer timing, because I think the nerf to that dissimulate, like, wind-up time...
It wasn't dissimulate, he stepped.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was trying to get out with dissimulate, it was probably possible in the past, but just because he is able to just grab that instant spell now, or still, it's hard to set up on the ogre without, or sorry, on the void spirit without something else here.
Yeah, that is true. There is a small wave, size of a big wave, coming down bottom, with a catapult wave coming after that. We're probably going to see.
Roll in
right
here. From Custard, gets Geograph Magnetized coming out through as well. Instantly dealt with by Ruby, but they've gone straight in. They might be in some danger here now. Astraled up. That's not the best Astral in the world. Maybe setting up for James's Sphere, but it's not quite doing it. Gets the Scythe onto Custard though. Is going to get a lot of regen from that. Sam's here now. It's nighttime, but it's not Dark Ascension time. It's the Dark Ascension in 2 seconds actually. It's going to go up now very soon. There's going to be a lot of damage. Another Astral coming through to save onto the Necrophos, but now Sam's in. He's got the full length Crippling Fear. Is he going to be able to do anything with this? It's a big...
He's just getting stunned.
Yep.
And everyone's just living from the Dire.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So many saves, so many stuns.
The last Maledict tick didn't count any of those Death Ward hits, I'm pretty sure. So now Ruby's just able to sit here with the full Greaves as well. And they're just going to go straight back. So much was used on both sides, but nothing died, as you say.
The only thing that died was a Scythe kill.
Yep.
And just, Mel died at some point.
And it's just allowed Ruby to get straight back in the fight as well. And again, another nice nightmare, just completely stopping whatever Sam wants to do in the fight. He didn't have Dark Ascension right at the start, which is such an awkward timing, I feel. But he was able to press that halfway through and just kind of get the vision advantage back and make sure the Dire can't really press their advantage in that fight any further. They're up 6k right now at the 16-minute mark, 17-minute mark. Yeah. Chris going for another... Okay, there's a fight starting now. Oh, the taunt doesn't go forward onto Ruby, it doesn't hit. And now Ruby's just able to sit here. Full Greaves is again still coming up. There's just 1v3 at the back of this fight. Tom's trying to get into this and it's going to make sure that Custard is stunned up. That's actually Melody casting the Ogre spells. No block of it. The Astral! I don't know where that actually stops. Is it going to stop at the end of the roll? Probably. No, it just stops there. He's dead. So once again, Ruby unkillable in these fights, and just these nightmares, these astrals. We talked about the great saves in the draft as well as being one of the literal saving graces. I didn't think it was going to look quite like this. No one's dying, and Necro is just able to regen so much, and they're just catching these like support kills on the edges as well.
Before that all was going down, I wanted to say I want to see the Radiant supports. Seeing that their Night Stalker is slept, just take over that sleep, attack them, force command, attack them, and just take off that sleep. Meanwhile, Semmel was getting
set up
nightmared, and
yeah, he's just dead. He dies to Heartstopper, or Ruby TP's in, grabs the kill with Heartstopper. that's the finest in gold funneling I've ever seen. That's beautiful. Sam is farming in an aggressive position. He's got a couple minutes left on this. What was this, second nighttime?
Yeah, this is second nighttime, and he's not really done anything with it. Well, he's tried, he's not succeeded in doing anything with it.
Custard revealing. I don't know if he's actually revealing, if I'm able to do this right now. Can I do this? I mean, so you can see Earth Spirit Rocks when they get placed, regardless of fog as well. So he is kind of revealing that they have some vision of them up there in that triangle. but it is over to the right hand side, so they don't quite know about it just yet.
Because Custard's not saving up for a Giga brain play where he buys a shot and suddenly gets vision all over the map.
Yep. Is it retroactive? I actually don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's talked about it being retroactive.
It's pretty cool. Because they last they don't last as long as well before the shard, right?
Don't know.
Oh, it actually doesn't last any longer, I think. Because they last, what, 60 seconds? I thought they lasted a couple minutes with the shard, but it must be wrong.
No.
So we're just slowly sieging this mid tower with the meteor hammer as well. Looks like Custard's trying to do some kicking, get things rolling. Because all of those things are Earth Spirit things, that's the joke. Anyway, yeah, so Chris is just able to sit here. Like, he should know that there's vision up the hill from where those trees are hitting him. Oh, sorry, the tower is hitting him through those trees, so I mean, they should have known about this ward like 15 times, but... As Daggie goes again, I think they're just gonna, as they said, like, they're just gonna start unpausing. I think both teams are pretty okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, not, but like, I think it's better than...
They're okay with the situation.
Yeah.
With the resolution, but not with the situation.
Yeah, I think the, as we talked about, this is the first game that we're using, or one of the first games that we're using the, like, ticket to get the game passed as well and processed by like all those friendly dough buffs and open doors that we know and love, so we should get some benefit out of it, but there is going to be some teething problems as we adjust to things that are different with this ticket system. So
wow,
Mel, that is the weirdest spear I've ever seen.
Cup to a spear.
Such a cup to the tree.
You.
Yeah, nice. Again, saves coming out from Chris. He does have I thought he had Ags in that fight earlier, but he does not. He's going straight for the BKB, which I think is pretty strong. Custard showing his position with the rock.
Feeling, I guess they already knew thanks to the ward. And this is just
like
yet another.
They're not doing anything on Radiant. I don't know if that's what they want to do. Look at Tom with another setup in here as well. Chris gonna find a hammer setup as well, or they're just bringing in. There's the Fiend's Grip, and Sam is just dead. The setup potential they have, because I think is that Necro with Travs before? No, it has the Greaves. Is the TP to the tower beforehand, but like the setup time they have is just so long. Like Bane gives you that for sure, but they have a lot of this additional setup with the Meteor Hammer coming through, and they have a lot of setup from like just in general Astral stops a hero, especially a fast evasive one like Night Stalker, especially at nighttime. So yeah, Ruby is just like up this wave, and there are like 4 heroes coming to try and grab this now. So,
yeah, but this is Ruby with a half full wand.
This looks hard to do though, especially Custard coming through with the silence now as well. It's not very long though, still only level 1 and no talent as well. Custard's only level 8, so not very much in the way of levels here as his courier goes down with the book and the dust on. Oh no! They might be able to find something. They do catch Semmel here, but Chris goes into the silence here. There's the Scythe as well, 71 seconds dead, and there's a big chase coming through here now. The arena to try and get something done. Ricky might able to just get into the pit, has the Diffusal Blade as well, and is able to get out of that thing as well. We're going to re-engage again onto Fix, who just nearly goes down in 2 shots. And he just dies to the damage from the...
just for flair.
Like literally, he just dies to the actual... the Astral itself, and Sam is maybe being caught up in mid, but the Bane doesn't have spells back, right? Okay, Nightmare is always there. Ricky might chase around. They have a little bit of vision. They have a DD rune in the bot river, which I think they might have called out just now. I'd like to see Dire grab an objective, because it's really hard to push anything else without an Aegis, and they need to kind of get the like Aegises rolling, because this first Aegis is never really a great high ground Aegis at all. But OD does certainly do...
Meteor hammering the Roche.
You can Astral Roche?
No heroes to see here.
I genuinely had no idea you could Astral Roche.
I mean, it is a unit target, I guess, but that's the first time I've seen it.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, OD does Roche like insanely fast, and he's going to be Blood-Dusted as well to get the Arcane Orb damage coming through. Chris is going to take this Aegis as well. I mean, I guess he's connected to the game, so it's probably a help.
He's connected to the game and is technically killable. Therefore, it is the best call to put that Aegis on. And he's the one that's going to be hitting high ground.
I mean, yeah, all of these scores are pretty farmed now on Dire. the Radiant cores are struggling to catch up. And I think this is what we saw, like when Gork, for example, played for Team Bald. He played the Night Stalker one. I think it's one of those heroes that it's not going to catch up, right? It's not going to out-farm these farming heroes that have like natural AoE spells. He has to build up something like the Hunter in the Night Shard that gives you a mini Midas, have a Midas himself, or build up towards Void for the AoE damage. Like, what can Radiant really do here except land all their spells? I'm struggling to work out what they can do here.
Yeah. Land all their spells on both Chris and Ruby at the same time.
You can maybe set up on the glyph, but it goes wide. They're just going to get a BKB on first life, and you can just disengage and keep the Aegis with him. They can just heal up with the Necrophos and just drop Hammer on next wave. That's a big spell to use as well. Chris can just come back with the Hammer. Daggie's going to tank this. Here's all the spells being cast. Daggie's going to be blown up immediately. It's pretty dead here in the front. Ruby is also dead. 10 straight going down. That's all their spells. I'm pretty sure that's a good one. Now, Dire needs to get the hell out of dodge because I don't think they're going to survive any heroes here. Oh no, the silence is going to stop Custard from dying, I think.
With the salve up especially.
Yeah, Tom's in the back lines trying to find anything, but so he's going to get speared to a tree. This is going to be a hard fight to catch. Yeah, Chris goes down. It's going to be clean for life. He's buying. I wouldn't say he's buying any space here because they're always going to find and kill him, but it's occupying the time they could be using from pushing waves here.
So, Chris gets gone on.
Yeah.
Uses his BKB. And then Ruby and Daggie get caught hitting a tower that they had no business hitting.
Yeah. There is a glyph available for Dire just to buy some time. They can maybe put a hero here just in case, maybe the Necro.
Yeah,
but they should be running out of like spells they can press. The Shiva's finished now on Ruby actually. So just gets to save this tower yet again.
But this lead is halved, and there's no Aegis now.
Yep. It's a very big like anti-spike here coming through. But yeah, like you say, just a bit of poor communication there. I think like if you use the BKB and you back off with your Aegis, you never really should be hitting again. But yeah, the graph is showing a nice little U shape. So I'm not sure if they really saw that tower up top, but the courier up top rather.
And well, Sam now has a BKB. Used it to good effect last time.
Yep, absolutely. And you remember, you can't get, like, for any Dota boomers in chat, you can't get scythed under the effects of BKB brackets anymore. So it might be something they want to do here. Chris is using an Invis rune to scout, and a haste as well, so he might be able to find something, but they do at least see him on one of these sentries, I think.
They pinged him out before.
Yeah. But now there's a catapult in the mid lane. Like, it's still nighttime.
Daggie just pinged out Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't have the shard, so there's not that set of time as well.
Yeah, they look like they want to hit mid, but like Daggie's not here, and Chris's Meteor Hammer's just getting cancelled by the Mars as well. So killing Sam is probably a decent idea as they smoke out. Looks like they're going to try and find him on the wave. Dog Extension available, 8-second BKB available. Looks like he's just
he sniffs it out and tips out.
Yeah, this is good. I wonder if they call it out or they just say they're not in mid anymore. If he's yeah, Ruby does the counter sniff as well and just goes top to try and clear this wave. So again, now it's on Radiant to realize that yeah, here we go. Here's the smoke coming out from Radiant because one of these heroes is showing top. You know that at least some of the heroes showed in the bot lane. So what are you able to get done? So this back and forth of vision is really important.
Custard has pinged out Chris, but Mel was
in a position to
breaks the smoke. Yeah, beautiful.
Good break.
We'll give up their life.
If Mel dies here, this is absolutely like fine. They've popped Dark Ascension here as well. They've broken a really critical smoke. Only fixes remaining smoke, and I think they've given up their lives for a worthy cause there. Yeah,
well played by Mel.
Big Dark
Just
Ascension.
the right position to be with where your OD is farming. Daggie finished the Manta, is now going into a Basher. Don't know if I like that. I would have liked to see a BKB. Because look at the Radiant team and tell me what they're going to do if you BKB before they get their CC chain or their Maledict off on you.
Really important to make sure that you're not just sitting in a silence as well.
Yeah.
Like they just cannot control a BKB, as you say. a lot of the problems that we've seen from teams in the past are not controlling this mid tower well enough, and that is certainly something the Dire team are really doing quite well. But their net worth lead is dwindling, as you said. It went from 12k all the way down to like 6k, and now it's sitting at 5k. So they don't seem to be farming as well. Sam is coming back into things, and he is strong at nighttime, like for sure. He's about a minute away from this. About a minute away from this Dark Ascension timing. It's going to be natural nighttime in about the same time as well, so he's going to have to use that to get anything necessarily. In the Basher, as you say, completed now for the Night Stalker. I don't know what
he's going for an Aghanims as they smoke up.
Yeah, so it's going to be some smoke on smoke action. Radiant scan the mid wave or the mid lane. I'm wondering if they're thinking about the smoke as well, but looks like they're going to set up shop in their triangle. And I would say the natural movement for Dire is to sweep across there, given that they know they're not in Roshan from their own scan. Custard may be in the same position as Mel, able to break a smoke. Yeah, nothing quite yet. Is Daggie actually smoked? Not yet. So, dodging smokes on all sides from both teams. Radiant wards are in the jungle as well. They're dewarding as well. They need to get this cliff down probably. Smoke all breaks, and they should see full vision of that on the Radiant. They're going to get the 2 sets of wards in the triangle as well. So, smoke to grab vision, smoke to dewards, all the classic things we've been seeing. Crest coming through soon from Mel. Looks like Tom is got lens and all the way up into the Aghanim Scepter next.
Yeah, I love that. This Aghanim Scepter.
I don't with the hero lineup on Radiant as we get a fight starting here onto Bane himself. Big silence coming up. Going to get big heals coming through onto Tom as well. Can't keep him alive necessarily. Spear goes out onto Ruby, pinning them to the wall. Tom's going to go down, getting controlled up by Ruby here now though, as there's no more like heals left in the tank over on the other side of the fight. They also seem to be winning as Mel is going down. Custard is going to get a Spirit Vessel forward. Tom's brought back into this fight, by the way. He's cancelling the rollout. Looks like Kira's going to grab a kill onto the Ogre Magi.
Oh no!
Oh, Semmel nearly dies, but he's not going to quite get it off. And there's Sam coming through from the outside. The Maledict is, or the Paralyzing Cast coming through. Looks like Tom's going to be on a dieback here as, yeah, it's like Daggie just can't move. Gets the Manta off.
That was so painful. Semmel got gripped and then immediately astraled after.
Oh no, that's the number, isn't it? I didn't notice that myself.
Yeah.
Daggie is out of the fight though. They're finally going to lose this mid tower, and not a convincing fight. Again, split up a little bit by where their positioning was. Radiant charged back into their triangle, despite the vision that they had there on Dire. And they found Tom and Ruby in one section of the fight, and all the rest of the heroes in the other section. So a little difficult.
And Ruby just like that. The Necropick, the weakness of the Necropick was shown in like.
Yeah, just controlled. Like no BKB as well.
No BKB because you're a Necrophos, you don't want to. Just stunned full to 0, and you're not that tanky if you don't get to press Ghost Shroud.
Any spells? Okay, I thought Chris was going to go for an Astral there. But they're charging back out again. Tom's on a dieback timer here, so he's going to be dead for another few seconds. But it is natural daytime and no Dark Ascension available for 30 seconds. So if you want to get under this timing, you're going to have to go real fast. I just don't think they can get under this timing. I think it is really important to remove these supports from the fights as well, because Custard is providing so much like continuation, so much chase to the fight, and he's also able to be providing a lot of these silences as well. He's going to eventually come through to this Geogrip Silence talent, I think. I don't know if you actually take that over the spell amp, but I assume you would want to. So these heroes without purges and without BKBs are going to be silenced for quite a long time if this Geogrip lands. And it's not very difficult to land Geogrip when Magnetize applies it to everyone affected, so... Roche is available, and I think Dire need to be considering that as their objective. Goldly completely gone, by the way.
I would have liked to see, instead of a Solar Crest, they'll pick up a Lotus Orb.
Yep.
Because
like, hang out Roche. They're not going to be in time. Dark Ascension's available, and I think Sam needs to lead with that one. Mel is up on the high ground again. Perfect positioning to scout out this smoke yet again. But exactly shows what they're doing, and my thing is gone. Oh, the fight is happening in Roche. This is tragic. This is really bad, I think.
Oh no.
Custard snatches the Aegis!
The Aegis!
Oh boy. I can't...
And Ruby's just getting controlled.
Oh, this is...
And now everyone goes down. There's still a shard in the pit. But it doesn't matter as all of Dire is just dying.
Yep.
Custard rolls in, gets a stun, gives space for Sam to get in with that AoE crippling fear. Yep. And when you're silenced, you can't do anything about this Night Stalker hitting you in the face.
Yes, I just did that from Custard with the voice lines. That spirit has some really nice ones. But yeah, there's nothing difficult to perceive about that situation. Roche just not fast enough somehow. I don't know what they could have done to improve that. They were pretty much all in the pit except Mel on the high ground, and I think that was pretty good positioning from them. I just don't think they respected they could just all get in there, and the BKB is just non-existent here from Dire.
The thing that was different was Ricky was hitting from the front.
Yeah, like Ricky did backstab. They did like blink strike in to get the backstab, and then it just aggroed onto Ricky. So a little bit awkward from that regard. I think the backstabbing. Not sure if that's on Daggie's radar if they can actually do that, but yeah, maybe that's the difference they needed, because the DD was on Ricky as well. So I just don't see how it could have been faster with the tools they had access to. Maybe it wasn't just wasn't possible. It was so close though, regardless. Like it was on maybe a quarter health by the time Sam was able to get in there. Difficult. So yeah, big lead now, 6k for the Radiant. They managed to get that mid tier 3. Custard's still going to have the Aegis on the Earth Spirit for another 3 minutes as well. Not that that's the best thing in the world, but being a hero that does go in and cause a ruckus is certainly something that is going to be able to use an Aegis effectively. He's going to have his own BKB pretty soon as well. Standard build up for Earth Spirit, but a lot of XP as well. Get him towards those 20 talents, get him some more levels, some more stats, and some more strength gain critically. Because 25, 10 health with I would say 0 actual HP items. Maybe the vessel can count for 250, but still. So I think it's really on Dire to work out how they get back into this game. As again, their lead is completely dwindling and gone
smoking,
now.
And then Ruby channels an outpost, instantly telling them they have smoked.
Yeah.
I think they were on the. Yeah, but like it doesn't reveal you in the way that like it actually tells you, hey, these people are smoking. But it's getting flipped without anyone there.
You have to be paying like not very much attention at all to work out to like not notice that's happening. Daggie's showing in mid on the wave as well. This is exactly where you need to catch a Ricky. No BKB, no nothing. Instantly pinned to the wall. Instantly dead. Exploded. 70 seconds in the tank, and there's a grip out onto Semmel again, but it's just not able to find the damage. Astral coming through to try and catch save onto Ruby. The Greaves not being used at all there in that sequence. I think this might be pretty close to the end of the game, as these fights from Radiant are getting harder and harder to deal with.
It's tragic.
Stick a bone in it. You're done in it. You're done.
I'll always remember how foolish you looked. That is what
Multiple Dire cores are just queuing up BKBs, but felt like they needed them one item earlier, as they just cannot do anything.
Yeah, I feel like this
Pistol
is the kind
Blade
of
on this Night Stalker now.
Yeah, this is the kind of lineup that you'll always know that you need BKB just a tad too late. So unless you're obviously pre-building them, it's hard, because yeah, like they were ahead for quite some time, probably not feeling they needed to rush it, and then they got behind real quick. And like you say, an item too late, but an item is maybe not. They're not going to get a whole item, right? They're all queuing them up, but only Chris really has his remaining. Even Tom is going to probably get that one, the Ags before. Probably might switch over, I think.
The difference was that in that situation, the Ricky had a Mithril Hammer, and the Necrophos could have started the Aghanim's with the Ogre Axe. And then if you need to switch to a BKB because you're falling behind, you have the ability to do so anyway, because they are also part of the BKB.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty impressed at how Sam's been able to recover this as well. Going for the Daedalus now after this Abyssal Blade that you called out, so he's going to have some incredible damage in the tank. And he's just been able to find those spaces across the map and just not get punished by his like just general ability to read what's happening. He avoided that smoke gank bottom. Just able to find this this farm from nowhere really.
He farmed it partially just from hero kills, I think. Yeah, it's 10, 3, and 13.
Absolutely. So, Radiant are moving on to this bot tower as well. Custard's Aegis times out. Sag. Chris trying to channel a Meteor Hammer on the wave, and he's just going to get double silenced. BKB goes out as well. Astral Step's going to pierce that one. He's going to be fine, it looks like, as Sam will use the step to get in. But could attempt to chase, as there's a wrap coming around from the left, and Sam pops the Dark Ascension and gets the hell out of dodge. But I think this is going to be a bit of a bait as they come in on Tom to try and find this spell. Sam still has the BKB. The shard now revealed on James, going to pin 2 heroes to the wall. Ruby is just not strong enough with these silences, has 1 purge, and that's all they really get.
Risk went back in and just gets double stepped on.
Yep. triple kill for Custard on this Earth Spirit, and he's really showing the strength.
This is why you give this man an Aegis. Because he gets you triple kills if he has an Aegis expired just before the fight starts.
if he doesn't have an Aegis, but previously had an Aegis relatively shortly before, that's the power spike.
Exactly.
I am not
He's still
sure.
going in thinking he has that Aegis. Their opponents are like, shit, he has an Aegis, but he doesn't have an Aegis. He instead has the, I don't know, I think it's dust in his inventory. And that is definitely what made the difference there.
18k the gold lead now, 19k. And they can just go throne. Like, they have buybacks, but they're just not using them. So they're going to grab a lane and back off from the throne just a little bit. So it makes sense. Let's see if they can get any free stuff. I just realized, by the way, that Fix's sponsor on the in-game name is McDonald's, and Tom's is KFC Gravy. So we've really got the power of the...
Mel's sponsor is G Fuel.
Oh, wow, okay. So we've really got the like full gamer hours going on here, don't we? Oh, Custard rolls in. Was that intentional? It looked intentional.
It looks intentional.
They're gonna come and save Private Ryan here. What's going on here? They get the Lotus onto Chris as well, so they can't set up. Needs to block this roll though, I think. Has the BKB though. Block the roll. Okay. Meanwhile, Ruby's at the front of the fight. Custard may have baited his team in here, but you live by the Custard, you die by the Custard. Here's the big arena onto 4, gonna find something. Semmel with a step in. He's gonna grab it, but he's gonna get sliced up and dead for 124 seconds. Custard in, dies to the Sanity's Eclipse. What's going on? What's going on? Kira gonna bash these heroes up, gets a grip, beautiful grip from Tom in the backlines, gets cancelled out by the spear, and the damage coming through from Magnetize might just be enough. Sam's turning round, gets another banish.
Over, and there's no Dark Ascension.
There's no Dark Ascension at
Nobody's
all.
dying here.
That's a 5 for 0 on the base.
The classic IDL high ground throw by Custard, just rolling in.
Yeah,
Radiant not cutting the losses.
I have to assume that was a map click, because he went all the way in. Like, he got nightmared by Tom, like in this position up here somewhere. Like, it's something. Okay, so
roll to be added to the lexicon aside Custard TP.
Custard roll is like a.
I forget
it's a snack,
who
isn't it?
Yoma Katafi is, but that's a great comment.
I don't know. I thought it was Sean, but I don't know.
I think it is now you say it.
All right, so what are we doing? So we've taken another 7k off the gold lead in the favor of diversity quota. They have a hard push to do. There's no Roshan available for another couple of minutes. They have only tier 3 towers and greater to kind of get off the map. That should get them some of the way towards their BKBs though, as Ruby's about just over halfway there. BKB is finished on Ricky, yeah.
There's an Aghanims now and shard money, but no buyback shard money. Or buyback money on the OD.
Yeah, OD is split from the rest of them though, pushing in the bot wave with the hammer. Has the Trickster Cloak as well to potentially get away. I wonder what they're waiting for. I wonder what they're TPing over Chris to this top outpost to try and find something here. I'm wondering if they know what the rush time is about. There's a timeless relic. No great users of it though, right? Like
no great users? Are you kidding me? They're all great users of it.
You think? I mean, I like it on like the Ogre.
The Ogre has a lot of it. OD, that's more down.
Yeah, but like,
maybe you don't want it on the OD because of the timing.
It's not like giving it to my Zeus or something, right? It's not like my core with money smashing out items. Like, does it work on like Arcane Orb? Does it work? I mean, it works on Sanities, right? But that'd be cool. But
it works on Arcane Orb. It works on Astral.
I think it would mess up your actual timing, though, right? It would make the debuff duration longer. There's big smoke coming through from Radiant. Dip their heads into Roshan. They're going to walk uphill. Are they going to walk uphill? They break the smoke immediately. Trickster Cloak is going to break all of the smoke. Oh no! The blink forward with the arena! They're just going to lose this fight on the spot. There's just no way that they can get through this. Pirate King with the triple kill going through out onto Ricky. Is that an E-Blade? What was that?
There is an E-Blade on that team.
Okay. So Fix is going to die immediately as soon as that comes out. Triple buybacks coming through from the Radiant team. Sam's Dark Ascension is going to run out. It's about halfway through actually. Grip. The Scythe coming through just to stop Sam just a little bit, but it's not very much. Pirate King's going to go down here, it looks like. Custard silenced up, standing in the pit. Can someone kill them? Okay, killed the Mars. Meanwhile, in the back of the fight, Tom is going to die to Semmel, which is pretty unfair 1v1 if you ask me. I don't know.
No, it was very unfortunate. Tom gripped, attempted to grip Semmel, thought he was out of range, so cancelled it. The grip had gone through, so he cancelled his own grip. And
oh no, that's a tragedy.
Meanwhile,
they
doesn't
find
matter.
Semmel.
Semmel dies anyway. Too greedy.
Big spice.
What are graphs?
What? I mean, this graph is going to be fucked. I don't want to look at it. It's going to scare me. Alright, so 4 dead. Roche is not available yet, but looks like Radiant are going to get vision of Roche respawning thanks to the shard on Custard. It is an Aghanim Scepter. He pings it out just there. I can't see the duration on this Remnant, which is super annoying. But Dire without their Bane, but they should be able to realize that this Roche is a potential, so they might try and get something in mid like the Glyph and come back and deal with something afterwards. How much of this is going to be absorbed by the backdoor? Not very much actually, that's quite nice. There's still a Glyph available. Chris is going to grab some Astral rolling. They do have Semmel dead for quite some time. They have respawns coming in about 15 seconds. So I think I want the tier 3 and then Roshan if I'm this team. What do you think?
I think that's what they should do.
Okay.
But there's
Davai, bliat, idinawi!
40 seconds.
Oh, gets cancelled by the cask. Oh, so many bounces.
Also, I want to do a quick back to that fight. I want to do a shout out to Chris. Sees the smoke popping, pops.
Tricks the cloaks and walks into them. Yeah.
Walks through the entire thing just to find the Witch Doctor and kill him.
Yeah.
That was really well played.
Witch Doctor got to like turn around and cast his ult, right? But then just got instantly sanities as well. So Chris keeping on top of this big team fight ultimate really well. Is this going to happen again? Like Semmel's not alive, but are they going to just roll into Roshan? There's a perfect kicked remnant, so full vision in the pit. This is really nice actually. They do back away. What are they going to be able to find? I hear astral noises. Oh, it's Chris. He has a haste rune. He's just able to walk out of everything. Are they in the pit? There's a cask into the pit. Surely they must know what's going on here. Daggie needs to pop BKB and get out, but they're just getting beaten to death by Maledict. Custard in again. Oh, gets a beautiful big Maledict tick. Tom gets a Fiend's Grip cancelled again. Ruby's trying to find something. This is all diebacks. Oh, big sanities. It's going to find BKBs though. Kira finishes the Roshan, grabs the Aegis and Aegis.
I'm done.
I think that's all she wrote. These buybacks, these are all diebacks, right? This Roche fight again.
Chris, you need to do something big here.
I don't think he has enough tools.
He physically can.
He's silenced up again, as we saw. These silences doing so much in the fights, and that's 4 dead, no buyback, and Chris with the buyback, but again has to catch everything all on his own.
And I mean, I guess those are the 2 most iconic places to throw a game: high ground and a Roche pit.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think they respected that kicked remnant. I don't know if that was like where Custard intended to end up, but like it was perfect vision for the entire time in Roshan, and then Daggie and Melody just in the pit got fully cast from outside just because they had full vision in the pit, which is not something you get too often. Chris is going to die here, and there's no more heroes left. Tom's going to be up in 8 seconds, but I'm pretty sure the Bane isn't going to have much more luck than the OD. So it looks like GG's been called by Mel in the chat. There's the Arena of Blood going down onto the everything. Get the 180 HP regen for the team.
Something about this game, it feels almost discounted, cheap, or even dare I say free. Fuck off.
Absolutely, completely zero cost Night Stalker game. Oh, we even get a little ideal icon now. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alright, we'll see what we actually manage to get in the next lobby, but I'll leave that to Custard. I'm going to take a quick break to grab a drink, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hello, hello, hello. We're back in action to some extent, I think. Unless the lobby's broken.
There was definitely some action in the meantime, but it's not here. Now we're carrying it back out on the battlefield.
It'll be fine.
After a 15-minute talking about who we're bringing to the battlefield. Let's see bans. Is this the exact same? Yeah, it's the same order. But now there's a Brewmaster ban. Mike has been figured out.
Yep. I mean, Mike's so obviously the sub thing. Mike's computer was a bit shit before game 1, so he's back in action now, leading to the I guess more Plan A team for diversity quota. But yeah, as a Brewmaster man, he is being banned out here. ET Sand King, the same bans that we saw in game 1.
I don't know what the Sand King is all about.
They play on James to some great extent quite a lot, right? He's quite comfortable on the hero. I think they just don't want to play against it.
Yeah, but over the Semmel Void Spirit?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they have a plan for it. Maybe they want to pick up the Void Spirit? Pick up the Rubik, okay. Interesting.
This is a Mel classic. First pick Rubik because every hero is a great matchup for Rubik. Either it has a good spell to steal, or you're forced into not picking good spells. This is the Mel's philosophy.
That's how it works, yep.
Someone should probably pick Queen of Pain. That is a statement that is probably correct. No.
Yeah, I think Spirit Breaker. I mean, obviously Rubik does pretty well against the hero, like with both the instant lift as well as the steals available. But it is in such a place right now that I would be happy playing Spirit Breaker into a lot of things.
I think this is a Pirate King Spirit Breaker.
It could be Pirate King. It could easily be Custard as well. I know Custard loves the hero. And after that Spirit performance, I think he'd be happy to play a hero with a bit more mobility, just in case. And they go with the Void Spirit again. I think the adjustment may need to be made, but again, I'm not sure there are heroes that Semmel won't do that to you on. And that was not the finest Void Spirit game I've ever seen. You do have an instant cancel as well, or an instant interaction with him in the Rubik. I think he was being pretty well handled by a lot of the Bane spells that game, but just obviously the AoE silences in all of the heroes seem to be pretty crippling for the enemy team. Still, I mean, this first pick Void Spirit is doable. I think this team has really good flex for it as well, because Custard I'm sure would play at 4, and I think Sam would absolutely play at 1 in a pinch as well. So if you overcorrect to deal with the Void Spirit or just ban it out, they're just going to have access to other stuff. And like Nathan is saying in chat, no one picked Quap last game, so I think there are certainly just the enemy you know versus the enemy you don't. Is to pick up the Lycan here. I assume this is for Tom in the offlane now.
Daggie appears to still have connection issues, disconnecting and reconnecting.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mel in the chat mentioned something about uni internet, so it might be a ongoing problem, but
yeah,
not much we can do about it.
The
only thing we can do about it is be really, really irritating in all chat forums. It's the only option available to us.
Ben Juggernaut? Are those the answers to Lycan?
I don't know. I think what they're looking for is some AoE wave clear. And maybe something to do with the spin. Maybe they ban the Lifestealer here in the same vein I was thinking of. But I don't want to play against Conquer either. But maybe they're thinking they can't really Conquer with Void Spirit on the team. But again, the related.
Chains.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's a pretty formidable Conquer player. But if you think this is a 3 breaker, it depends on what you're thinking is higher up the priority list, right? I think banning out Sam's heroes after that game where he was arguably in a weak spot on a bad hero for the carry role. You maybe want to try and correct some of the heroes that he's willing to play in this spot. But yeah, there are certainly options available to deal with this hero from the offlane as well. Maybe it's about the lane as well. I don't know what they're thinking about. Yeah, I don't know what they really want to respond to on 5 AM either, because Spirit Breaker is not a weak hero to Lycan. I think you can just either charge away or just deal with him in general. A lot of wave clear with the with the speed that he gets, the bashes coming through with the charge as well. A lot of run the fuck away from the Lycan hero when he goes at not quite more than haste. And then Void Spirit, again, no slouch, can get away as well as dealing with the creep army as well.
I don't know if the Void Spirit can really get away.
Well,
For most heroes, I would say yes. But
with steps and dissimulate, it's quite difficult, I think.
He steps and dissimulates, and then it's like, hi, while you were dissimulating, I caught up with you. That's an answer. What is an answer to Lycan go fast? Lycan go fast towards his own base. That is...
Yep, fear him away. Also, don't get hit by a lot of the stuff. Give some decent spells over to Rubik, but I think, like you said, either you pick the spells and try and play with them the best you can, or you don't pick good spells, and it's difficult to strike the balance, I think. I'm wondering if this is for Fix, I guess? I think he's probably looking for it for the lane, because it is pretty strong clicker. Rumblemade's pretty good, Shadowrun pretty good.
Does confirm this Spirit Breaker is not position 4. Whether that means we're going to see a Mike Spirit Breaker on 5?
That's the wrong team.
That is the wrong team. I'm an idiot. Whether that means we're going to... Yeah, that probably means it's a 3 Spirit Breaker. Because I don't see Fix as a big Willow or Spirit Breaker.
I know Custard loves the Willow as well, but I've only ever seen him play at 5. So maybe they're looking at swapping some heroes up there, or they have a combination, or yeah. I mean, I think the Spirit Breaker could be any of 3, 4, 5. Even like I would say 2 if it wasn't exactly Semmel, who's such a classic Void Spirit player. I think this one's a 5. I'm pretty sure.
No. Look, this is a Daggie Pos 1 Abaddon, because if you're disconnected, your hero is exactly the same. You just don't die.
Pog.
Make
sure you have Radiance so that after the Unpause, the damage still comes through.
And the Wraith King.
I actually so when we were talking about it, I just convinced myself that was the case, so I was really confused by the Wraith King.
I mean, Wraith King is the same concept, right?
Yeah, I mean, just
don't die.
I legitimately have won a game, a high ground push with Sudsy in Captain's mode or in Captain's draft where he disconnected, and the last thing he did before disconnecting was a-click a tier 3, and we took that tier 3 and won a fight super cleanly. So Wraith King, easy game. Again, I think the Armlet Desto build is going to be pretty good here. One thing that Darkwill is pretty good at is instantly pressing Shadowrun when things happen. So getting to destroy her in 1 crit is probably in the wheelhouse. They're leaving.
Sealer picked up that
last pick for something.
I don't know how I feel about this Life Sealer. Wait, can you infest the Dominator creeps or Overlord creeps?
I think there's a thing that lets him do Ancients, right? It's either level 2 or something. Like, Lifesteal is really good against Dominator like the whole time, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I thought there was an upgrade for it, but I don't know.
Remember either.
Yeah, but I know against the normal Dominator creep it's pretty good. So just denies that away.
Guess it's just always possible.
There's a great play I saw earlier in the pro match that was happening. It was like Rubik steals boar, tries to cancel a blink with the stolen boar. The boar gets Midased by the enemy invoker, and the blink isn't cancelled, and the Rubik dies to the blink. It was phenomenal next level play. Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't think that will happen in this game due to there not being an invoker or a boar yet.
Difficult.
But the Rubik is there.
It's possible, but difficult.
So, realistically, what are we looking at here?
I think it feels like they have a support left to pick, right? Like, unless this is 4 Breaker, 5 Willow, which again, we're not super certain works for...
5 Breaker, 4 Willow.
Yeah, potentially.
Is what I think.
So they either need a 3, which I think they're in a great spot to pick one up, or they need a 5, right? Probably? Again,
yeah.
Unclear.
Meanwhile, Diversity Quota needs a Quap.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm always a fan of a Quap in these matchups, but it's kind of difficult. You'll probably want to be in the Wave Clear build against the Void Spirit. It's hard to make your damage stick on the Lifestealer. Like the fact that this is IDL as well. Like we're seeing like the support Weaver go uncontested. We're seeing like this like the Quops just go completely unlooked at. It's a very odd situation.
Last match it got banned.
The Quop?
In round 2.
Really?
Like it was a phase 2 ban.
Okay.
Last game.
Interesting.
So why it's now just not picked up at all? It's weird to me. And like, sure, it might not be the best, but you've seen the pro teams. You ping a Quop into 4 counters and she still performs well because fuck you, Quop, and I know Ruby can play it.
Yeah. TA's banned out. I'm wondering if Ruby is angling for something like the Invoker.
Oh, there's a Ricky.
Okay, so this is mid Ricky. This is awkward. This is a lot of physical damage for these like heroes that can build up quite tanky and need armor, or just get armor. Like how value is AC this game? Like insanely, right?
AC is insanely valued.
Crimson Guard as well, insane.
How long until you get those items? Spirit Breaker doesn't want to get either of those because he wants to get his either Travs or Phase into Ags. Like, he doesn't want a Crimson Guard. Lifestealer wants damage items first before he goes for an AC because, well, he's a Lifestealer, he doesn't deal damage.
Yeah.
Void Spirit doesn't want to build it, he'll build a Shivas, which is also still good, don't get me wrong, but... And, of course, Raking is going to have an AC of his own at some point. Like Armlet Deso Blink AC. Maybe a BKB if you need it, but it doesn't seem that strong this game.
How is Quop on? Nathan is furious about the lack of Quop in this game. So yeah, I mean, I guess five angry men have to answer what they what they think their roles are going to be this game. I think the Sam Lifestealer and the Semmel Void Spirit are probably cinched up. And yeah, Connor in the chat is saying that Fix isn't a big Willow player. So this is a James Timber. Yeah, 4 Spirit Breaker probably, or 5 Spirit Breaker from Fix.
I think it's going to be a fixed up.
Apparently, Fix is bringing out the big guns for the.
Connor
just to
has
prove Connor
lied
wrong.
to us.
Connor is
dare he?
Banned now for this. What is this Ricky set as well? It looks so weird. It looks like a really tiny Illidan Stormrage.
Well, we weren't prepared for it, I guess.
Oh my god, it's just like.
What is that Mike sword? He has a fucking lance.
Yeah. And like no face. None of these fucking people have faces. What's going on?
Yeah, there's the true faceless void.
Like look at when Abaddon looks directly at you, it's just really weird. I'm scared. All right, no Quop. Nathan's banned. No Fixed Dark Willows. Nathan's banned. Sorry, Connor's banned.
Diversity Quota, but they're not very diverse in the amount of head shown, which is 0.
Not very diverse in their hero picks. Jesus. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a wolf. There's a wolf, a dead guy, a goat. I love how like the wolf with the wolf mask on is just so redundant. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Not even Skeleton King. Last match is rating 10-0-14 though, so Daggie's been grinding the pubs.
Also, you picked a Timbersaw into 3 strength heroes, which is nice, but also into a Rubik, which I am going to assume is not very nice, because it's not a squishy support you can blow up without feeling the hurt yourself.
It's hard. I'm not the biggest fan as the Rubik side. Like, Chakram is great, but it's very mana intense. I have some level of control back on my lobby thing, so let's see what we got going on here. That's nice.
Connor in chat. I've definitely seen Fix play Willow.
That's Nick.
Oh, that's Nick. They're the same color to me. I don't know why I thought that was the same.
Oh, that's just orange or something. Where's this one? Net worth is this one. This one is... I don't know. This one. Okay. Try and work out what's going wrong later, but I assume I'll just blame JJ for now and then everything will be fine.
You didn't see that one. Alright. So, do you think we're going to see a wolf goat or a skeleton wolf?
I don't know. I'm not. Is this a great Ags game? Do you think? I think.
Mostly what I've seen, like offlane light can be used for is an early dominator timing into the Ags.
The sparkly
saw
fog
it.
is the battle pass stuff. So I probably should have turned it off for this, but I'm just used to it now. So.
I love the sparkly fog. It shows the exact borders way better to me.
It took some time to get used to it, but I really do value it, having played with it a little bit. There we go. I think I'd want to bite Wraith King, but like I think Ruby can wiggle around these fights super well with the speed. So I'm not sure if giving her more and more mobility is going to be useful or not. Or if you have some diminishing returns there.
I mean, I saw it being used with a PA, and the PA looked fucking disgusting as a wolf.
Yeah, I mean, PA, obviously, so the thing with PA is that she has the big crit as well, right? And then when she's not big critting, she's little critting, and like it just looks horrible. It looks bloodthorny in how it plays out, but it does do a lot of damage.
And then, whereas a Ricky will do fake crits with the cloak and dagger, that can then crit. That makes sense.
Yep. Get this like can't click on the Ricky, which I guess is the blink strike giving the free backstab is also pretty insane. It's really pretty cool. Yeah, I just don't know. I think like because moving around at haste with Ricky and having access to all of your tools as well is pretty insane. Depends on the build, I guess, a little bit. Wraith King should be better like a little further into the game where you have the Wraith King, you run up with you get the crit. Same kind of deal as PA, right? You have a bunch of small crits and you have like one big crit with the Mortal Strike. I also don't know if like the 2-second Mortal Strike cooldown. I didn't realize that was the opposite talent now.
Yeah, it's been that for a while, and it's an actual decision because your DPS increases by a lot with that talent. While
and the lifesteal as well, right? Like you just crit for a bunch and you heal that much as well. Or deny in mid lane for the first range creep. A little sad for Ruby there, but should be cleaning up the rest of the creeps here. Semmel's sponsor is no sponsor. I wonder what kind of company that is. Another deny going out to him there.
It's the same kind of company as the Boring Company.
They make flamethrowers and nothing else. Or?
No, they make fucking death traps for cars.
Jesus.
It's the Elon Musk thing.
Yeah. I thought it was the Boring Company that did the flamethrower, right? Is that not them?
I don't know. I learned about the name today, so.
Okay.
Yes.
So it looks like Custard is going to be supporting Timbersaw with this. I think the Spirit Breaker can play pretty active. You kind of are. I think this Timbersaw can't die in this lane, right? There's 2 strength heroes up against him. Like there's very little like non-telegraph damage to deal with. Like I think Timbersaw will be fine with a couple of levels. Like, as soon as he's level 3, I think he's pretty indestructible. Yeah. And Custard can use his like superior mobility to just try and prey on this Ricky mid, who might be trying to play with some invisibility later on in the game, and we'll get that kind of ruined a little bit by Spirit Breaker. Semmel taking 3 tower shots super early into the game. Needs to be a little careful there. Tower shots are scary. Up in top lane, Tom is getting bullied on this Lycan. Again, not super great.
Well played in the mid lane. Did you see that interaction?
No, I wasn't there. I was up in top.
So Semmel tried to deny the range creep to tower and covered it with an Aether Remnant, but Ruby used the instant attack from Blink Strike to get it anyway.
Nice.
And get taunted herself. That was really nice to see.
You did say that Ruby was a big fan of this hero in mid as well, right? So even last game, so we're seeing if they can do what Daggie was trying to do. Give it a little bit more levels, a little bit more farm priority in the mid lane for the early burst. There's lots of heroes close to each other across the map. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this Timber Saw is going to be in any danger. Timber Chain and Reactive Armor taken level 2.
I wonder if he's
Mel
going to kill
grabbing a courier
1-1-1
up
at level 3.
First blood goes to Mel for the courier. Hondo 50 gold for the team.
Oh, places a ward right directly under a sentry though. And that's going to get caught by the next wave.
Yep. Oh, Fix grabs the courier on the way back as well, so evened up. But the ward's going to decide it all.
Yeah.
Who's getting
Belch is going to be very sad.
Right
about
now.
now.
Tower's a little sad though. Funk Soul brother. Deward the ward now. So Lycan wants to get this Helm of Ironwell, right? So he has that now. So it's going to be a little more indestructible there.
Hey?
Talking about, yeah. So Timbersaw's going to build his Boring Company shard a bit later in the game. As Millis points out, that is also a flamethrower. Lots of healing coming through for Daggie, Pirate King, level 3. Oh my god, takes a point in Whirling Death actually to grab these 2 strength heroes.
I like
certainly
that.
looks scary. Like the attribute steal is always more disconcerting than you think it's going to be, right?
Yeah. I do like that third point because
Charge coming in
with
mid.
Mike being, well, a Mist Quill, a Folic Shield bot, you're not really going to die yourself.
Yeah. Custard charges mid and then cancels to grab the water rune. It was pinged out immediately by Mike in the bot lane on that Abaddon. But Semmel gets to go to top, and then Ruby is without a rune. Not quite a bottle hero, Ricky, but grabbing some stuff here. Tosses back, comes up in the top lane. Fix is going to get away potentially with a little bit of Shadow Realming. He's going to take a big chunk of Tom's health on the way. Hero's in some danger maybe, but there's a lot of life still going forward. There's so much damage.
How long till next lift? Oh.
Mango blast, please. Yes!
No,
we did it.
Was waiting until the rage was over in case they didn't live. That was well played from Mel.
Get the extra health regen as well if you do that, right? I didn't even see the rage was happening. But that's nice first blood going the way of the Rubik. And I think we've seen some great Rubik plays from Mel across IDL, so I'm really excited to see them play against stuff like the Void Spirit.
Mid.
You're right.
And Ruby
the
is
Remnant
not
as well.
Fix, and Semmel is. Semmel is.
Gonna dodge out with
the nice dodge, but it's not gonna matter.
Is there a reveal? There's no reveal. Custard has to find something behind here. Mike's here.
Ruby's level 5.
Mike grabs the salve and the miscoil as well. There's the 6. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Timber's going to be fine against the Wraith King, and I think it's always one of those things like, as soon as Timber's hitting 6 here, the Wraith King's going to be in some real trouble. Charge coming back across the map to get to Daggie, and Mike obviously can't move that fast, so get it, move, because 2 O's, and that's a cow noise. Anyway, going back to mid, this Void Spirit seems to be doing okay in the lane. They're pretty even on CS. As you say, that little bit of additional like worth coming through from the bottle and the regen coming through there as well. It's a bit difficult to measure. Tom with the Helm of Iron Will is getting aggressive now. Mel is in mid, so I don't know if someone's going to come back to this lane ever, but looks like another charge is coming out onto Ruby. Not very much mana. Yeah. Clicks coming through. There's the lift hitting the bulldoze. Are they just going to die on Custard?
Mel with the DD.
Wow.
That absolutely changes that.
And Mike is here now too. It's like, what's going on in these lanes? Tom is in some danger up top. He's been Curse Crown into the Ramble Maze. Sam is going to be clicking him as well. Can maybe go for a TP, but doesn't have the mana for it. Walks into another Ramble Maze. He's going to have a lot of health from the Helm of Iron Will, but it's going to be really difficult to get to him in time, I think. He's kind of accepting his death here and looking for some CS. Can't quite get another Wolf Summon, but goes down. Mel looking to stack the triangle, I think. A little bit early for it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing better to do. You're not going to walk up to that wave now you're Lycan is dead because you're just going to die with. So you might as well stack. Meanwhile, Daggie bot lane does have her their ultimate leveled, and Custard's be like, okay, fun, nothing's happening here. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
but
the TP is mid to cover this wave, as Semmel is actually walking down for the gank, so a little bit of an interesting one here. There's a Timber Chain behind the tower. Semmel is here and going to show now. Mike is definitely not level 6 in the slightest, so they're kind of forcing out Daggie's ult, but there's no mana actually.
Daggie's no mana.
Yeah, use the spells.
Use Vampiric Spirit and Ray Fire Blast.
No one seems like a big error in this lane, considering the heroes in it, I guess. But
At least get a stick.
Yeah.
Also, something I completely did not think about. Timber might have a Whirling Death to remove attributes, but then Abaddon just removes the removing of attributes with a polykill.
Abaddon's quite a good one, I think, because like there's a lot of damage that Timber has to commit to get anything useful. Is Fix in some danger here now? Gets lifted up. Is going to get Shadow Realmed. Sam is going to come over to try and do something. Curse Crown is
bot lane,
over now.
Mike. It's just going to DP away.
He's not going to get it because the strength here are the attributes. Meanwhile, that go up top was going to go down. There's another bolt coming through. It's not quite enough. Mel's going to die for it, and maybe die for it. Gets another click. Gets it. Wow, I thought that was going to get fogged for sure. Under the tower, Tom's getting chased, just getting slowed and slowed and slowed by this orb. Not quite enough from Mel to get back with no mana. Had mana bits coming up in a few seconds and a mango to use, but I'm not sure there was anything really going to come across that, come off that level 1 lift. I thought it was going to be a full Orbital Corrosion, but just this Orb of Venom and the Helm of Iron Will is just so much in the way of slow for Sam.
Cool Frenzy is good slow if you have more slow with your slow.
Cool Frenzy. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's...
I hate it. No, change it back. Yeah, once again,
you can change it back anytime you want. It just costs 1400 gold and you have to wait 11 minutes.
And it's on a different key, unless you rebind it. So I think Lycan wants to grab the 6 here. Has the Dominator now? No creep just yet, as far as I can see. Does he have a lane?
No, Sam farmed the camp. So he couldn't get the creep.
I guess if he has the Dominator as well, he can just jump in it and go for a ride. But Pirate King just getting to cut in the bot lane now. Not super rich just yet, but definitely getting up those levels. So seeing this 9.5 minute mark where Mel is actually 6 already from those kills that went over, and they're soaking up the rest of the wave. So Tom is farming on the other side of the map, has himself a Hellbear Smasher. That's like an entire Predator team as well. So Bramble Maze popped down by Mel, going to get the chuck back into that. Here comes the charge as well as the Curse Crown. Tom is going to get caught in the crossfire here. He's still not level 6. Semmel is up here now as well. So I'm thinking he's going to buy some time as much as he can. Probably run his creeps away so they don't die. But yeah, pretty sad exchange there for the Radiant side. It's awkward though, because like they're buying...
Why does it wiggle? It wiggles because
wiggles?
That's how you see fog.
Fog wiggles for sure. Come on. Maybe it wisps. I don't know. So yeah, Mike, level 4, probably needs to grab himself a book. Has he done that? He has. And yeah, Tom is struggling a little bit, but like the hero they're buying space for is not farming particularly well because they can't go to the Timbersaw lane either. So it's a little bit difficult here. Ruby's going to have to do some space creation. But obviously wants the Diffusal Blade themselves, has the Corrosion, has everything up there as well. Tom might just want to shapeshift here. They're going to silence up Sam. Here's shapeshift coming forward. Silence again. Still. They're going to get him. Not quite. He gets into the catapult, which they can't kill. Semmel instantly TP's up here. Ruby's going to be caught in the Curse Crown. There's going to be some troubles going on here. Tom is trying to go under tower, but the Timbersaw's on his way up and finds himself in the face of a million strength heroes. Gets bashed incidentally by the charging Spirit Breaker. Now these 3 heroes slowed by the Chakram. It's going to be a bloodbath here, I think. Nice smoke screen. Is Mel going to be able to get away? Gets the Chakram, the Whirling Death, but not able to catch anything else. Double kill for Pirate King. He teleports up into the lane. Mike's going to find himself in some danger too, trying to grab anything he can, but there's 5 heroes here. Triple kill now for the Timbersaw. Yes, that's a lot more invested in the top lane by
Ruby's getting charged.
By the Dire side, yeah.
This might not be over yet. Well, Ruby saw it happening on
some vision. Is they going to be able to do anything here? But they have to assume that something else is coming in. The 5 hero rotation. Semmel was able to catch the bounty rune as well in the triangle. Fix is coming over. Going to get a Curse Crown onto Ruby. Should be dodgeable with the Tricks of the Trade. It is dodged. Does go straight into the Bramble Maze though, and getting charged by Custard. Again, hitting another spell. Oh my god, so much is happening in this triangle. They're just fighting a fight. There's no shapeshift. There's no anything. There's no Wraith King for sure. Big fear coming through. Going to catch Mike as well with the Ether Remnant. There's just so many early spells, like they just can't do anything here. Mel has attribute, Whirling Death stolen, but just shouldn't be in melee range.
This is.
Tom's just gonna get dove under tower here. Daggie might be able to grab Daggie might be able to grab some of this tower, but they're not anywhere close to getting all of it. Has the armlet finished, but Yeah, definitely a scary situation for Radiant to be in right now. That triangle push is always like, you really always want to defend it, especially if you have these stacks that they have. But yeah, they're just very much not as strong as this Timbersaw lineup and a couple of winning lanes.
Well, look, Dire's damage was also just AoE, so they farmed the stack while killing the heroes.
Yep. Tom's struggling a bit, trying to keep his Dom creeps alive as well. They did take that fight without shapeshift. Again, taking that fight is a bit gracious in what they actually wanted to do, but it's a bit difficult here now. Wraith King is getting left alone. I think Wraith King does have a pretty good game if Lycan can get to Ags as well after this Overlord. But it's going to be some time coming before that happens. Possess Mask is dropped on the floor, but I don't know if they are talking about it. Fix is scouting out some stuff from up the hill. I think we're seeing the power of this Spirit Breaker already in this game, right? Just even the vision cross-map charging. They ping out the ward that Mike's just placed up there. Don't have vision of it, but just saw them walk up there and have a good guess about what Mike's doing up the hill.
Daggie's in vision's getting pinged out.
Mel's getting gone on as well. Has the Ether Moment to break up the combo a little bit, but nice smoke cloud again by Ruby. Shutting off some of this aggression. Timbersaw has the Yules now. I wonder why. Like specifically.
It's good against Lycan.
Amar told me that we should build Daedalus. Is that still cool? Can we do that? Mantle of Intelligence times a million?
Yeah. Like, I'm...
Oh, Tom's getting charged top again.
Actually, it's an answer to the Ricky. If you get smoke screened, you just use yourself and you'll be able to live a little bit.
Bashed and Curse Crown. Mel tries to TP up, but just can't grab anything. Has the Nether Strike stolen. But that's a scary place for Rubik to be, and yeah, Mike is just getting left alone with his damage spells. Semmel with the haste. No more spells to dive with. Ruby is trying to push up this wave to the tower, but not going to get anything else. Charge comes through again, going to reveal this Ricky. Courier goes down as well. Dust out. Potential Yules available. There's the Custard coming through. Semmel.
Mike doesn't have his ulti.
They lift up the Timbersaw instead, so there's the Nether Strike coming through, but yeah, can't get away, and just hemorrhaging kills across the map. They lose the Lycan mid, and they lose the two heroes. Sorry, they lose the Lycan top, and then the two heroes down in mid. Sam takes this top tower and just going to go into the enemy jungle to try and find something to farm his Desolator. He's actually going to be able to just take out this Dom creep in the top lane. There's caught another good charge in the mid lane. Ruby's just going to die. The tower's going to go down here, and this is not looking super fun for Radiant side.
Last time we had a 6k lead at what?
Sorry, which 6k lead for which team?
Yeah, last time Dire had a 6k lead. Last game.
Yeah.
At what time? Something similar to this, right?
It wasn't. Yeah, I don't think it was particularly far off.
But somehow this feels way more brutal.
Oh no, they've got Daggie on this ward. Look at Custard's charge. They've got the cliff ward there from earlier in the game. They're just going to charge this Wraith King, try and deal with the first life. And they're bringing out the reinforcements to get the second one for sure. I wonder what Daggie's going to try here. They're going to have to like stand and deliver, but there's 4 heroes in the area. They're going to TP down 2 heroes to try and save the second life. I'm just not sure it's possible, you know? It's really difficult.
There is a...
Mike shielded himself
Mike
here.
shields himself on accident. Oh no.
Awkward. Custard with the recharge now coming through from base. He got the TP out and is going out as well. There's an Astral Step. I'm wondering if Mel's going to try and do anything here. It looks pretty dangerous to try, especially through all these routes. But Semmel with the double kill now on the Void Spirit. Mel potentially with the outplay, but doesn't hit with the second charge, and Custard can go behind the tower to try and get something. Gets another strike as well. Aether Remnant does go wide, but Semmel with the triple kill, the Track 'em Slow coming in from the Timbersaw, and now the push is already ready to go on this spot tier 2. Tom is trying to trade for top tier 1, does get it, but again, like the Ricky, which is the hero that's been like kind of free, like more freely farming than the rest of the heroes, is just nowhere close to the net worth of this Lifestealer. It's just been Armlet Deso now, where the Wraith King is going for the build as well, but is like a Deso behind.
But I want to quickly highlight the duels from James there. Mike ulted, and as soon as he ulted, he just got lifted up in the air. That's a good use for it that I hadn't really considered before.
It's nice you stop the incidental healing, because like you said earlier in a fight, right, there's a lot of random incidental damage. So whether they're going to be able to do anything with the rest of that. Tom shapeshift to try and grab this tower. Semmel's going to TP up here. Is going to glyph, and Ether Element's going to go wide. Meanwhile, this fight taking down in the bot lane. Fix grabs the kill onto Melody, and Mike is in the area as well. These these heroes are just so slippery as well. I don't think there's any real way they can safely take care of this. Custard might be in biting off more than he can chew territory. Don't know if he's going to go, but Semmel's going to turn this 1v1 into a very unfair situation. Tom's going to get shielded up by Mike. And I don't know what's going to happen here. There's no mana left on Semmel, so I think the fight is over. Fix is just sitting here scouting out where Daggie's farming. They know the ult is down, so they're going to try and grab something here as Sam just takes this bot tier 2 tower. Going to TP back up to mid lane, grab these creeps that are coming in. And just really efficient farming patterns from Sam here. This fight is continuing up in top. He's got no mana, just enough mana to grab the rest of the fight. It's fucking my camera, fuck! Ruby goes to blink up the hill. Semmel is going to survive still. Custard going for another TP.
Semmel with a first item E-Blade. It's probably correct if you look at that team.
We talked about the physical damage, right? Like, I don't dislike it, and I like the adjustment for sure. At least it shows that he's thinking about the draft super well, or at least in his mind super well.
Yeah. Like,
my favorite.
It's a good choice, but
yeah, my favorite line from Capitalist casting yesterday, by the way, is, "Oh, Tom's made a weird decision here. He stopped off for the Vlads before he finishes his Overlord," which is a legitimate thing that the off-lane immortal player who is casting all of the DPC seasons right now said yesterday. So there you go. People. Anyway, so Tom is nearly done with this Overlord, and I think the Ancient is going to be a lot more trouble than the rest of the creeps have been, especially for this Lifestealer. But still some time to go.
Can he infest Ancients?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could at some point, but I don't know when that is, and I thought he had a talent for it, like, you know... Like
no, I know he never had a talent. Oh, what? That...
I think that might have been intentional, that they were channeling the outpost. Who's being charged? Okay, it was cancelled. Lifestealer's gonna be a basher now.
I don't remember. It's been too long since I played Lifestealer.
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I was of the impression that you could, but I don't know. I'm not a disgusting Lifestealer player. Tell me why you don't like this E-Blade Rush, Nathan, because I think it's super big brain and does lots of damage. Oh, Carl says something that might be on the tooltip. Let's read the tooltip. Hog. Okay, Ricky's just get caught in a root and smashed up.
Oh yeah,
if you again. There's the Yules. Behind the tower, this Dissimulator's going off. Semmel grabs the kill there as well. They get a big charge onto the Wraith King now, who's shown up but can't really turn the tide of this fight at all. Semmel with the DD Ruin, Astral Steps under the tier 3 tower in the mid lane. Sam was infesting a creep the whole time and is now in some danger as 3 go down on the Radiant side. And this tier 2 is not very defensible.
Oh, is right.
Oh yeah,
level 2 and 3 use an Ancient Creeps.
So yeah, it's really good pick against the Overlord then.
Yes. Almost as good as the Night Stalker thing that was fucking bugged for the longest time.
The wave top is being charged, so gonna grab some Tom along the way. Not quite. Custard walking in with the high five. He's obviously been watching some Quake for streams. But Tom is gonna get caught here by the rest of the heroes coming in now.
Beautiful bash button. Not sure it mattered.
Press E win game. He has Moo bound, I love it. That's beautiful. Sam is so close to death here. The rest of the heroes are coming through, but they can't grab the kill. Mel's looking for it. Can't get the right click. It's not going to do enough damage to the Lifestealer.
The BM from Sam there, he toggled off his armlet. Hit Mel once, and Mel hits back, but lifesteal, so it doesn't matter.
Might go down on this tower as well. Well, under the tower's remains, because it's not there anymore. I mean, Daggie's getting as much farm as they can in the jungle, going up to this Desolator very soon, but it's not feeling like the Wraith King game of a lifetime, and they are certainly very far behind.
All the life that was ever in this Wraith King game has been stolen.
Not wrong. And all the Void has been spirited as well. 15 now on Semmel. It's going to have the Resonant Pulse damage. Doesn't have the Ag, so it's only one Pulse doing more damage here.
Is the 475 True Sight just not worth it, even with the Ricky in it?
No one takes it on core. I think it's really cool when you play 4 Void Spirit and you're able to take it. It's one of those talents that's like super broken, I think, but it's just you can't not take it for your damage-based, combo-based mid hero, right? But because it only gives vision while it's active, like if you just hit anything, it's just gone. So you have to use it like on ward spots and stuff. You're not putting it in your combo, this kind of thing. So I really like the talent, but I think it's probably restricted to 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, as Nathan's just said in the chat, if Ags is in your build path, then the damage is just way too much.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just too used to back when Disruptor had the 20 talent where his kinetic field gave vision.
That was such a good talent.
That was so broken.
Yeah.
It was just like, what if I have a gem
GPM
without
talents,
buying a gem?
Time spent dead talents. No talents. Ooh. So yeah, Daggie has this Desolator now. I think yeah, they've queued up the Blink and they need to probably take this Blink and fight. I just don't think they're going to be strong enough as a team at that time. Tom has the Overlord now, so the classic Lycan Quelling Blade, Helm of the Overlord rush. Black Dragon's not going to break the smoke, but he's scouting it out. Does grab the Roshan.
Here is a fun one
Mike.
to think about for Boomer Dota. Remember when you could level stats?
Or Tom just gets completely locked up in the cast time or the transform time of Shapeshift. There's just no heroes that are going to be in the area. E-Blade goes out onto Melody.
Wow, people are just getting blown up. And
yep.
4 and 29. You need some disastrous Roche fight to give up such a lead. I don't think we're going to see many of those disastrous Roche fights.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, I think he has to do same thing with the Lone Druid. You have to cast your Shapeshift to try and get out of there, but even by the time he was fast, he's just completely locked down. Blown up. I mean, they're already 10k behind at this kind of timing. Sam's going to pick up an Aegis now. Not that he's been killed once, so not that you're going to kill him again in the mid lane.
Well, Ruby has picked up a shard
Dusters?
just so she could live.
Interesting. Curious about this. I guess the Force Staff to get out of the Ricky Cloud, or keep people out of Ricky Cloud, but I guess the support version can't afford to just rush the Aghanim Scepter like the core version can. Remember unique attack modifiers, right? Sabata's banned.
Oh, wow. When you accidentally picked up fucking Orb of Venom to build Zero Skadi, but then UAM, so you didn't life something, you died. I remember.
Every time Dan or Tim start talking about UAMs, I just kind of switch off because we've gone to real boomer hours and we just can't recover from that conversation. Okay, so what we got next? Satanic next for Sam. Fitting into all red items into his build path by the looks of it, and phase boots.
Phase boots are red and blue.
And blue, yeah, fine. Works for me.
Just like Vambrace is red, blue, and green.
Please toggle your armlet on so that it's more red, thanks.
Wait, Vambrace is just the gamer item.
And we have the Boring Company Flamethrower. Stolen by Mel, actually, so building damage online. I've never seen that icon before, actually. I didn't even realize it was...
It looks like something from Snapfire. It looks like a kiss.
Some Black Dragon active or something.
Okay, Mel, use it. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is what we need. Didn't burn down the brambles, Gaben? Flavor Judge, please?
Hello, we have fucking Brew getting ignited by fire-based spells, but Flamethrower doesn't do anything to
No,
tree
stop
the
it. We're not
brambles?
going back. Alright, so we have the Blink Dagger on the Wraith King now. That's getting you in and applying your damage, but just comparing to Sam or even any of the other cores, even Custard is the same level as the top level cores of Radiant right now. So it's gonna be a difficult ask for sure. Semmel with the Kaya now.
You go on Fix, who you would think is your best target, but you just get lifted. You get Shadow Realm.
Yeah, Shadow
There
Realm
isn't a good target for this Wraith King
deceptively
anymore.
good, yeah. And there's 2 Yules to deal with the instant aggression. Sam is just going to be here and just going to be wailing on all of these. As we said, we spoke about Timbersaw being a great strength hero here, but Sam is Pirate King is in the same situation. Sam is in the same situation as well. It's where you get to hit all of these burly strength heroes and recover so much life back. Just beat them up anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, was that? I think that. Oh, the sleep dart didn't go off necessarily. Okay. First life of Daggie's going to go down here now. Mel's in some danger, gets the essence ring. It's going to get dived all the way through. Custard's in some danger now, 4 staffs away from the tower. Daggie's having to try and fight this, and the Aegis goes down. Now what, though, is the real question. Lockman is in the back lines on the Lycan. He's shredding apart these supports and causing a lot of damage in the back lines, but they just can't afford to have him not in the front. Semmel's going to get the shard damage, going to get all the way out to the side. Going to try and drag Sam back into the pit. He's so tanky. Daggie goes down now. And the rest of the fight, I think, is pretty much over from here. Tom's microing his dragon to try and get any damage AoE into the fight. There's no glyph available anymore, and Mike's going to go down here again beyond godlike for this Timbersaw player. James is 10-0 and 10, and Semmel 13-0-11 on these 2 big heroes.
What is Radiant gonna do? Like, yeah, you have this okay, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna amp the damage from Nevermind, James.
Oh no, and they get the vision onto Ruby as well. It's gonna
miss
out.
Smokescreen miss chance.
Oh my lord.
Save Ruby.
There's a charge on someone. Charge is on Mel. I wonder if this is getting completed.
Yes, it's Custard.
Pop it! No, the strike for 5! Oh, sad.
No, the strike and the Stolen Remnant.
Yeah.
Hey, and but all said and done, all the Radiant heroes have respawned because they're that far behind, so the tower stays alive.
Yeah. I mean, silver linings and all that, but it's going to be very difficult to find fights in this kind of situation. Tom is about halfway, just a little bit over, to his Aghanim Scepter to try and make his heroes do the damage they feel like they should be doing at this point in the game. But yeah, it's pretty hard to see the Lycan inventory as Quelling Blade Overlord. Gonna move out into this jungle to try and find a creep, but Sam's gonna be there and he's gonna catch Tom. He's gonna get instant E-Blade. Combo comes through from Semmel, and there was a Lycan there before.
I almost trust you.
Remember when Battle Hunger was a fire-based spell? Fuck off, Alex.
I think more fuck off, Alex, is the game was always fixed. How could the patriarchy lose? Which is just like, ouch. I mean, I did mention that earlier, and Semmel said that he was feeling bad about that, but didn't realize he was going to go win the game anyway.
Yeah, I feel bad, says...
says man.
Says adult cis, we assume white male.
Oh, here's the infest up in top. Give me that dragon. Yoink.
Well, he said boo. Could he have at least blown the fire on this wave first? Sam, you
down
are
the bot
not
lane.
a dragon player.
Ruby's gonna try and tricks this now. James is here in the bot lane as well. Daggie is in. Gonna try and crit out onto the... oh my god! Just gets blown up by the rest of the damage going out there. And like you said, Shadow Realm just gets away. Rubik with the Stolen Bedlam, but can't really connect onto any heroes right now. Just gonna die to...
The pause.
Yep. Has Semmel landed? Is the damage done or not done?
The damage has been done, yes.
Okay, so the E-Blade I think is coming.
I mean, even if it isn't, a right click will be enough. A Remnant is enough. It's just a question, what do you value more? The E-Blade cooldown on the Remnant?
The Remnant not being up might break the damage, break the difference.
I mean, it's like a small amount. What's up Rubik gonna do? All the spells are on cooldown. Oh, that's what we're gonna do.
They're just gonna kill him! He's dead! Lift? No, no lift. Custard's dead. It's the turn. Don't call it a comeback, except probably call it a comeback a little bit. Oh, the shard has been picked up as well. Okay. Oops. Track'em stolen by Melody, but meanwhile Sam is just wailing on the top lane. Looks like Fix is going to go down finally, but yeah, Sam's in the base. I think that's Satanic finish now. Very red inventory, big fan. Has changed the Paladin sword though, so not a big fan of that move. Gets in the catapult and runs the fuck away.
It's red adjacent.
It's green!
Oh, okay. The glow is orange.
Okay, the glow is orange. We'll try and like reach really far for that now.
Like that is orange around it.
It is
yeah,
orange.
The gem is green, but the rest is mostly orange, I think.
If we go by like color density, maybe you have an argument.
Also, I do want to say that tower would have gone down if Sam had breathed fire as a dragon.
Sutty would tell you it's the same. Come on. Come on, bro. Oh no. So point booster picked up now. Tom can buy out for the Aghanim Scepter, and I'm feeling this is the kind of game where we need some Hail Marys.
Yeah, and there it goes.
Alright.
Ruby has a nullifier.
Who are we biting? I don't know what the nullifier is for. I guess just the Yule Scepters, like defensively.
It's a Yule Scepter. It's the E-Blade.
Defensive E-Blade, yeah.
It's Satanic is unpurgeable.
Need to wait for the Penta Edge Sword drop. Yeah, good one, Alexis.
Is phase movement purgeable?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Bulldoze is purgeable.
Bulldoze is
That's
purgeable.
a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
But the duration of nullifier probably quite low after it gets purged, I guess. After it purges.
Oh.
Oh my god, this Sam illusion is just beating the crap out of them. There's a 5-man smoke coming into this mid lane. They're getting distracted enough by this illusion. Up onto the high ground for Custard. Gets instantly disrupted. Who's he biting? I didn't see who he bit.
He didn't bit anyone yet.
I thought there were two.
Bet he's biting Ruby as soon as she's back.
No,
No, there's
been bitten.
There's a bone
Oh,
wolf.
gets Nether Strike as well. Does it survive through death? Through thingy?
I would assume so.
It's not
We'll
on the buff
see.
bar, but I don't think anything is, right?
Nope. Oh no,
It doesn't. Wow, okay, that's
Oh.
big. Sam is in danger here. The Satanic, though, never mind. Holy crap.
Satanic.
Here's the big terrorize as well. Gets connected on by Semmel. There's the going out there. Baden trying to get out. Gets the buyback. James might be in trouble. James goes down. 10 godlike streak ended. Oh, up on this side of the fight. Looks like Semmel is trying to get away with things. Buyback now from Rubik. I think they're kind of out though. Where did Sam end up?
Sam ended up
he's
infested with Semmel.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I don't know.
think with that, it's clear that Ruby should be the one that's getting bitten.
Yeah, I think if they can't make this last both lives, I thought there might be some weird shit going on there. I wonder if it works with Aghanim Scepter on Wraith King. You know? Are Ruby gonna steal this from out under Semmel? Steal it, please! Okay, good.
Yeah, it's waiting for Mike to be in range to shield in case they instantly do something about it.
So just like counter baiting. So Rosha's up in a minute. And they did get some big gold injections there. Ruby got 855 with like that's with 5 heroes around from the kill onto Pirate King. I think there was another one there as well. Custard died for 371. Also onto Ruby, so lots of gold being injected here, but again, still pretty far behind Sam on this pretty chunky lifestealer. Is adding an MKB to his repertoire. Will be finished soon.
Oh, for the smoke cloud.
I think so.
I don't know how.
Might just be a damage item in general.
I feel like if you're gonna do something about the smoke cloud, why not just get a BKB? I know it's kind of disgusting, but you're gonna have like 15 seconds of magic immunity into 3 seconds of not, into another 6 seconds of magic immunity.
So it looks like Dire are hanging around the Roche pit. Well, everyone is really, but Sam's going to walk up the hill with impunity.
Doesn't get anything stolen. I think that would have been an infest.
Possibly. Not sure that's the best option either, though. Just going to walk over towards Tom. Going to try and grab his thing. Is they going to be able to bite Ruby to start this fight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interrupted. No, it's not. Okay, never mind.
No, it's not.
Ruby's going to be in on this fight then. What's going on? Ruby needs to get in, I think. But they're just not really doing the damage here. Semmel gets the E-Blade onto themselves as well. Abaddon is going to go down. She's going to have the borrowed time to deal with some stuff first. Tom is trying to get anything in this fight. Has to run away just a little bit. Borrowed time is now down. I don't know where the Ricky's gone, but is now stunned up completely. Gets another strike out onto them. Abaddon goes down. Ruby goes down. Daggie's going to go down twice, because already lost that second life. Isn't level 18, by the way, so that was a really long reincarnation timing. I did not realize things were quite that dire for the Dire. I think this should be a free Roshan.
I think it's a free game.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, if it's 42 to 9. Like, it's not.
As in, the game is over, not the
Oh,
game
you think
was
it's a
free.
free
which-
life steal on Night Stalker game, do you?
I mean, if there's anything I learned from being on Custard's team last season, it's that every game is throwable. He tried to use back on for internet connection. Reincarnation didn't work, I guess. God damn it, Mike.
Such. At least Mike is finding the humorous nature.
They need the advantage, we understand.
Fight and talk. The Swiss Gambit is happening. 0-1 into X1. Easy game.
I like your moves. I like your style.
Everyone keeps talking about this G guy, but he's not even on these teams. I'm so confused.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. I just understood what GWR meant.
Going ready.
I was like, go well. What?
I think it's a train
ready?
company in the UK, so I keep reading it as that sometimes, but then in context it seems quite easy. Is it Great Western Railway? Hang on, I'm gonna go find it. Train. Yeah, Great Western Railway. Yeah, dab. Train knowledge, big dog.
I mean, speaking of
yeah, there's Alex in the chat coming for.
The Dutch thing is NS, so really we just have a bunch of Night Stalkers.
Yeah.
Being broken all across the Netherlands.
Like the Dutch really use acronyms really efficiently though, because I found out what KLM stood for, I found out what NS stood for, and I was like, thank Christ they used the acronyms.
What? Yeah, okay. That is a very long one. You're right.
What even is a maatschappij?
The society we live in.
Pog. Alright, so Roche going to be cleaned up now by the Dire. I'm not sure that Radiant have a fight in them here. They are looking for it anyway. Looks like we're going to get a scouting remnant up the hill. Going to be taken out by the Wolf here. Roche is about half
Now
done.
we're gonna see
Here we
high
go.
movement speed
Here we go.
target running into the Roche pit, stealing it all.
Daggie's in though. Is bitten up. Is going to go down immediately. Just cannot deal with any of the damage coming through. They're going to turn their attacks onto Roche to try and finish off, but that's not going to work as Roshan gets the kill onto Daggie. Easy game, easy deny. Mike is in some danger now though, as Custard is infested. That gives you bonus move speed, right? So it is more damage, and the TP out on Mel gets interrupted by the charge yet again in the mid lane. Looks like Semmel is chasing after Ruby and might actually find them. The Sleeping Dart goes over. Here's the damage coming through. Gonna get dodged up. Is gonna land in the Chakram, I think, and still dusted up and died.
Custard saw Mel TPing out. It's like, there's only one person here that can go for a Custard TP, and I'm gonna actually no way. Custard TP is when it fails.
I mean, he did have that nice vision of Mel, so
yeah.
Nice over there.
I'm not sure if he actually charged Mel, or if he charged
he was charging
the other person, then changed the charge target to Mel.
Yeah, GG is called there by Mel. And I think, I mean, I feel like game one was not incredibly decisive from the side of 5 Angry Men. I think people were touting this as one of the stronger teams. But I mean, they did obviously have Chris playing 3 there, so a little difficult, and yeah, plagued by technical difficulties and some pauses in between. So I mean, a good fight back here from Diversity Quota, but it is unfortunately the Patriarchy yet again who are going to take the what's the word I'm looking for? Privilege in this game, all of it apparently.
I'm going to be shouting it on a social media soon.
Yeah. This one.
The other game has also finished.
It has indeed. Yeah, so people can head over to the spoilerific announcement channel if they want to know the result of that. I don't believe it was cast, so I think what Dan and I are going to try and do is at least try and get some replays done. Might be possible, might be not, so we'll see. We'll let people know when they go up. I'll probably use the YouTube for those ones. So Yeah, when's our next game, actually, because we are starting off this new season. I guess you can look at the games on Dota Buff as well if you really want to. They're going to be available on the esports profiles of all of our team members. Next game is going to be on Wednesday. That is You Look Stunned, which is your team, actually.
Yeah.
Versus Is That a Puckin' Turd, which is Carl's team. You feeling confident? Feeling good?
Well, I'm sure they are feeling quietly confident.
Nice, because Nick's on the team. That's the joke.
We have a Sam sub for our Connor.
Okay.
So we should be fine, but who knows?
Fair enough. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be around for that one specifically, but I'm sure we'll get someone's
I'm not
eyes
sure
up.
if I will be either. Don't worry.
You're not going to cast it? Like, I was considering, like, if they weren't going to have a sub for game one, I was going to see if I could just cast like a muted version of my player perspective for game one. That would have been great. I've been threatening to do that for a couple of seasons now when games haven't gone casted, but sad. All right, well, nice decisive start to our season 25 here. So again, thanks for hanging out in the chat, everybody, and we will see you Wednesday, I suppose. So good luck, Hannah, for your game, and catch you around.
Yeah.
Bye.